different players, Milky. I just think nothing against Riley, but I think key tall defenders like Jay are probably worth a bit more than...
The central umpire gave us the thumbs up. We got nothing to do with it, mate. The timing keeper's boxing over there.
Put the light on.
Yeah. So it's Hovey to do battle with Davis in the guts. A lot will be won or lost out of this middle, I reckon.
Josh Hovey killed Luke Davis last Anzac Day, if you remember.
He deserved the medal, mate. He really deserved the medal,
terrific.
and wasn't given it, but he certainly, in my mind, was best on ground by...
in the middle. Hines and Saunders will be a good match up there. Trent Richards in there as well.
Hickey and Paliuris.
Paliuris is in there. Yep, you've got Richards.
Saunders, Dillon and Richards.
Saunders. Richards, as it is, is immediately tackled by Paliuris. Ball's going nowhere. Umpire says, give me the ball. Davis won that tap out.
Interesting there, because Richards is set up as a sweeper, obviously, to get the running midfielder, and he's actually gone on the attack.
Davis
and won it.
Davis again, wins a tap, knocks it down into traffic, going nowhere. There's your new man. That's Saunders in there. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Those Hickey brothers, they're dangerous. Ball comes out, handballs across. White, there's a new number for the Joey's boys in there. We just can't quite recognise him just to the misses. At the minute, Cal Mitchell knocks that one over the line. Oh, that was James Hickey wearing 25. That's
instead of 27.
Yes, that threw me. But we'll get used to that because we're not that good at it. So
ball tossed in quickly then. Attacking end. Quiggett came away. Strong tackle by Richards. Plenty of numbers around this footy, so it's tough to get any meaningful possession early days. Comes out now. Richards laid another strong tackle. I think that's Hines over the top of him, or Jimmy Allen.
Heinz, as I asked the pronunciation.
Heinz, is it?
Heinz is the pronunciation. Yeah, I've been dabbling in that and thought, got to get it right. It's Heinz.
It's only taken a fair few years.
You'll be hearing his name a few times too. He's around the footy where it matters. Davis won that down this time. Hansen was the man coming in late for South
Hansen be playing
Darwin.
centre half back, would he not?
I don't think he started there, actually.
No, that's what I was just quite surprised. Lot of new faces. And Casey Tatunji had another daughter.
He did.
That's sensational.
Yep.
Good on you. If you're listening, Case, congratulations. And it's always great to see you in the papers. McNamara tries to crash through for St Joseph's. Stacks on. We'll just have another ball up. The ball has probably moved, I reckon, a total of 60 metres.
Yep. And it's a fair, like I mentioned before, it is a fair breeze to that end. So Joey's will be just happy to tie it up a bit early and get a feel for the game.
2 minutes just ticked over. Hovey and the opposing ruckman Davis both went under it. Kick forward. Ball into defence. Morrison the glove. Just happy to see that go over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in some 15 metres around from the South Barwon goal.
Good match up there.
And look at the field. There is no one this side of the centre.
Yeah, no, it's really compressed and wedged, isn't it, to that pocket.
Up over the top on that occasion. That was Big Jarvis. Ball coming back. Oh, good stretch there on that occasion by Slower. But it comes out. That's Hickey who gets the ball. Bouncing ball. Dufty's there for St Joseph's. Can't quite pick it up. Oh, good tackle there. I reckon is that on Lever. It is too. He's holding it in. It's come out. Loose ball. Oh, it's gone on the... No, it bounced.
It's
still in. Dufty picks it up and goes and tumbled over the line with the footy. And we'll have a throw in. That is Dufty Martin, isn't it?
Yep.
Or Martin Dufty.
One or the other.
No, Dufty Martin.
We're only gone 2.5 minutes and Richards had 4 possessions already.
Yeah, surprising starter in the middle of the ground.
Yep.
But
Say a word to him. That's your job, Wilbur.
I don't know what Will was doing, but...
No, it's all right. We work in tandem.
tossed in. No, it was Anderson up against Davis this time. Here we go, Rees, left foot ball. He was tackled as he got it. It was a strong tackle too, dropping the footy. Pressure's on early. This is Louis Herbert. Started the season very well. Might be in Clinton Wells' interleague squad, I would imagine. Milky in a couple of weeks. That's a poor kick, though. Put the moz on him, Anderson.
Yeah, I'm tipping Clinton Wells. I'm tipping Clinton Wells has a bit of a chat to Josh Conway. Don't worry about that.
Let's hope Wells he doesn't...
Will you stop mozzing my players?
Just watch that. Anderson
look at
driving ball, but it's 2-on-1. Davis. Jeez, nearly spilt the mark, but dropped back deep into defence.
3-on-1 there. There were 3.
Goes short. He looked for Richards and Hickey just swooped in. Now he turns quickly, looks, he's got Dufty leading deep into the pocket if he wants. This will be beyond him, I would imagine. It's a big kick for Alex Hickey.
I'll tell you what,
he now goes back.
Anderson.
They've had some options coming out of their back half that are a lot easier than the ones they're taking.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got to take what the opposition gives you, which is the easy one in front of you.
Hickey lays it off to Ferguson. Nice little lead. He's on a 45-degree angle.
Now, you've got to remember
No,
the breeze
no.
is really strong.
Yeah, he won't make
So,
the distance.
I'm tipping
Yeah,
this
no.
will
Be
be...
very surprised. This will drop in the square.
Here he goes. He
He's gonna
improves
wind
the
up.
angle.
Oh.
Kicks smothered by driver Kershaw. Hands were clean. Back to Hickey. And it's through.
Oh!
First goal on Anzac
Gets the
Day
free.
goes to the skipper.
Blow the siren now, and I've got a free dinner.
Clean hands.
St Joey's 1 zip 6. South Barwon yet to score. We've played 4.5 minutes first term.
Isn't it funny a number change, the difference it makes? Brenton Reese just running off there, and I'm thinking, who's that?
Yep.
24. And it's just crazy.
You know the person.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the guts, first blood against the breeze to St Joseph's.
Now, that wasn't anything that Joey's did better then. It was just poor execution by South Barwon by foot coming out of their back half. You don't want to kick to the corridor, do the buzz right there and hand the ball back.
Harry Smith, very impressed with him against St Mary's.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Do like him,
Yep.
yes. He's one of my favourites.
Yep.
Wilbur's just chatting away to himself in the background here. Forgot to turn his mic on.
So
Maybe he was going to give the stats earlier.
Yeah, he was, and you just couldn't hear him. Up they go again. This time Hovey wins it, knocks it clear, only as far as his opponent there on that occasion, Ethan Baker. Bit of an up and under kick, very wide. Good mark
hand.
there.
Herbert.
Herbert.
Here we go. See what he's like by foot this one, Buzz.
This
Couldn't be any worse.
Louis Herbert. There's a whisper going round. He's in the interleague squad.
was.
He's in Buzzer squad anyway. Kicks it deep into centre half forward. Oh, the wind gets hold of that and drags it right over into the pocket, and it's fisted over the boundary line for a throw in right in front of the scoreboard that says St Joey's 1 straight 6 to South Barwon 0. Yet the score, and
So-
it's the Harvey Norman scoreboard, is it?
Harvey
Bud?
Norman scoreboard.
Sure is.
Thank you. Just looking, Kirsch, Zach Morrison gone to Andrew Bosley as
Yeah,
the leading goal kicker in the comp over the
Absolutely.
first 2 rounds.
Yeah, because I think obviously Benny McNamara would have been the other obvious one, except he's an intercept marker and they want him to play his game,
Yep.
I would suggest. So a lockdown roll there for the glove.
Quick kick coming out of the back 50 works to Dufty. He's at half back, assessing the options. Sexton man the mark. Look at that
Oh,
wind.
good use
Just
of
aids
Malioris. Good use of
Kieran
the body there.
Malioris. And then he wheels and goes quickly. Hogan has front spot, reaches over the top, sharked
Oh,
away
got
by Ethan
Oh.
Baker, and he'll get a free kick. Just dropped at the
Dropped
knees
his
slightly
Yep.
in those familiar lime green boots. Ethan Baker. Look out if he kicks a goal today, Milky.
Oh,
He
he
enjoys
does.
it more than most.
He loves a celebration.
He's Joey McCullough's
Hey, same
replacement.
number.
He is,
Same
same
number.
number 2. Kick into the middle of the ground's risky. Sliwa had both hands to it through the hands of Davis. That was well done by Herbert. That was clean. Saunders wasn't probably meant for him, but sharked it anyway.
Yep.
Kick wide was nice to Blair, who returns after a week suspension for a little gut punch against St Albans.
He's a lot higher up the ground than normal. Obviously with Bosley playing that deeper
He's
role.
just back as centre wing. Here is Bosley! Got up high. Probably impeded, did he?
He paid
No?
the mark. I was getting, no, cool
No,
play
he's
on.
called play on. I thought it was a free kick. Anyway, Saunders emerges with it. Herbert missed out. Featherston, that was nice to Ferguson. He's usually clean, but it's chopped off. Nice diving mark by Blair.
Yeah, Blair's got it on centre wing, out of side. Well, what was used to be the commentary side, but it isn't anymore. he's right where we used to be. Jared Blair goes up the centre.
Jared Blair?
Yeah, well, just call him Jared Blair because he went from Collingwood. I wondered where he went to. Went to
Port
South
Melbourne.
Barwon.
Port
Ball
Melbourne.
comes to the front of the pack. Shot, flying shot at goal. Tudor will trap it for St Joseph's. Goes to the social room side. Haints chopped on the arms. No, the umpire called play on. I thought he was the chop on the wrist.
Yes.
Hands across to Hickey. Comes along the centre wing, looking for his teammates, but only chopping and taking a good mark there is James Siddle.
Siddle just backward of centre wing, goes inboard. He's got Hogan on, who has to be clean.
Oh!
Strong tackle from Anderson. Did you see that, Milton? Nearly put a hole in him. Hogan comes back. Should have been holding the footy, not paid. Spills wide. Dreyer's hands were good. Callagher pops it up. Anderson's got position A here. Should mark. Goes to one hand, which is interesting. Kirsch.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Ball just trickles near the boundary. Francis diving in with Anderson.
He's going to
And
get
I
pinned
think
here.
Gonna-
No.
They're going to lock
Across
it
the
in,
arms
St
and roll the
Joey's.
ball up.
He actually did the hard work, Buzz, and got
Yep.
his body in the right position and
Yep.
didn't put the two jukes up.
South Barwon leading early with the 6 intercept marks already. Cutting the ball off and rebounding off the 50.
Featherston wins the tap, knocks it down. It's all South Barwon at this stage. There's your man again, Anderson. Just bundles it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in as Hickey makes his way off for an interchange. Gee, they're ringing the interchange. St Joey's got 4 of them lined up, ready to go. Sort of the thing a stats man should keep an eye on. But anyway, the ball comes over the back to Featherston. He knocks it down. Or picked up on this occasion by Dillon. He's wrapped up in the tackle by his opposing number 2. Well, on this occasion, he's Riley Ferguson. Umpire says, give it a man. I like it right here, Buzz. They can keep it right here.
Well-
It's nice and easy.
Ball comes up and is a really good
Big.
spot, as you mentioned. Look at the breeze. Take
Yep.
that, throw up. Davis won it down. Saunders couldn't gather cleanly.
Oh.
Ferguson
On the bottom.
was gang tackled by 2. Another stoppage. So we've played nearly 10 minutes on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. St Joey's 1 goal straight. South Barwon are yet to score. The breeze probably favouring Joey's at the moment, though. Davis reached over the top. That was nice. Coughed it up. Holding the footy.
Throw. He's got him for a throw.
He cut that on the footy. No throw, you're right.
Yep.
Excuse me, against Ethan Baker. And it will
Oh.
be Brant Heinz
If
or
he can make-
Heinz
if he can
to
make the distance,
have the shot.
If he can make the distance, it's a goal.
Buzz, when I got here, the breeze was going to the scoreboard,
Yeah.
to the pocket. So I don't know if it's swung a bit because it seems to be a little bit swirly.
Has changed a bit
Yeah.
from
So-
earlier on the under-19s football game. It was down at the club rooms then, but now it's at our.
Brant Heinz kicked it.
What
Liked it immediately.
Have a look at him. Move. Didn't move.
Liked it immediately. So Brant Heinz with his first and Joey's second. They're
Oh.
2 straight, 10 minutes
I
gone.
like
South
what
Barwon
you're
yet
doing
to
there.
score.
I like what you're doing there. It's not Heinz. It's not Heinz. You've got Heinz.
Heinz.
Yeah.
It's the sauce. Good start by Joey's Kirsch.
Yeah, it is a good start. I mean, we spoke about the start and how much they could just hold the game up early with a few stoppages and get a feel of the game, particularly with what we thought South Barwon with a wind advantage. But they've really moved the ball pretty well into their forward 50.
He's such a good set shot.
He is, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's so good at everything, Milky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, as I said, I'd have his children. No problems. Back in the guts. No, dear Buzz, just chucking the water around for himself. Up they go. Ferguson goes. Featherstone goes early. Bouncing ball out in front of Kelleher. Gets the hit. Receives the handball. Kelleher round the body he goes. Tumbling ball in the path of Anderson. Just sees it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
I hate to tell you, Milky, but that jumper's got you again with Reezy.
Where?
He was on the
He
wing.
just
He's
had it.
had that possession. He's got
Was
you
him.
with that number.
Was
Has-
that Kelleher?
No, it was
No, it was
Rees.
Rees. You called him his colour.
He's thrown you with that jumper, hasn't he?
Go off.
And the trimmed down version of Brendan Rees has got Milky more than anything,
The
I
old
think.
pudding guts is gone.
Anyway, kick inside 50 from Gerard. It's marked by Capron. This would be a bit of a first touch in St Joey's colours if he could slot this.
Yep. Tough kick.
Just
Feeling
in the
good.
fingertips just to fill everyone in. That was a beauty. Although I suppose you don't have to fill them in because they're watching it. If
They're
they're
watching it live
yeah,
stream.
watching.
Yeah, it's streaming, isn't it? It's not radio anymore, you fool, Milky.
Dan Capron, first game in St Joey's colours, down from the VFL. It won't make the journey. Caldo was thrown out of the way. He offers just an apologetic hand, and Josh Hovey will make it 3 goals straight for St Joey's to start Anzac Day.
No, that's right.
Just
yeah.
a little bit of ragdoll action there, boys.
Well, no disrespect to Caldo, but that's the step up to GFL footy, I suppose.
Yep.
When you're going to get someone who's a little bit more bigger and physical and a bit more fitter than a full forward from the Ballerine. Josh Hovey's like
He's having a ball there. I'm going deep, mate. You want to follow me?
Yep.
Joey's just the 4 inside 50s and had the 4 marks inside 50 using the ball superbly at the moment. Sorry.
Superbly.
Bit of a
Caldo,
tongue
where's he
twister.
from? Kirsch?
Ocean Grove boy.
Okay,
Done
yes.
a pre-season.
Yes,
Yeah,
Werribee.
he
Yeah.
came along with
Yeah.
Jarvis and Anderson,
They were the 3 boys from Ocean Grove.
Yep.
vice captain of Ocean Grove last year.
Back in the guts, up they go. Featherstone nor Davis, neither when it tries to crash his way through on that occasion was your man Baker, but the ball comes back into the forward half for St Joey's. But I thought that was a good mark taken on that occasion by Francis. The umpire didn't agree, and he's going to ball it up.
Yep.
Clean hands, must have been touched off the boot, surely.
Must have been.
So tossed up. Geez, Featherstone was
Featherstone
just
free
thrown
kick.
out of the way. He'll earn himself a free kick. Jarvis the infringer. So Featherstone looks towards us, driving kick inside 50 over the head of everyone. How clean was Heinz then? And then the kick back is superb. Vision is excellent. Finds his captain Al Hickey.
They really dump out their forward line, St Joseph's. They're really disciplined, working for each other.
For option.
Hickey is. The eyes are darting a little bit. He'll just get it as deep as he can. Into the forward pocket again.
Oh, good mark.
Caldo's strong
Good
this
mark.
time.
Good.
Dishes it immediately to Siddle. Left foot ball's nice to Hogan. Part of the Academy Milky, of course. Joel Hogan,
The Josh Conway Academy.
right in front of us.
Hogan!
He looks on board. I probably wouldn't go there, Joel.
no.
Just stick down the line. Does that now. McNamara's got a good position here. Mosley over the top. A Harvey Norman highlight to start. That was nicely
He
done.
ran into his player.
He's in good form. He wheels around. I don't think he was as far as Alex Hickey, though. Went looking for driver, but the kick wasn't on.
Joey's will be more than happy for Bosley taking marks.
If he's going to
Right
take it
there.
over.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, and if he's that far up the ground as well.
Exactly right.
Now, that's Hickey, the skipper. He's gone to... Is that Kelleher?
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yep, Callum Mitchell.
Callum Mitchell, half-back, goes down the line. Look at Randerson, clears his head, and Bosley takes the relieving mark at half-back.
Carried a bit more than I thought too.
Yeah, into the breeze.
Now you can see the flags, they are sort of going to that pocket.
And watch
Look
that
at it turn
ball,
there.
how it's
There you
just
go.
tipped on its side. Oh, good
Oh,
strong mark
great
on that
hands.
occasion.
Herbert.
Herbert
Your man.
Source to source.
Yeah.
goes into centre half forward, finds his teammate there, and that's Saunders. Exon Kildare, just looking for his options. He looks like, no, he's just going to dump it long into the pocket. St Joseph's plays, Morrison just goes the big fist, and he's got it over the boundary line.
Free kick,
It's a good mark. I think he
was it?
took it. Driver's
Yeah, he
taken
did.
it great. That's a 3-on-1. He's done an extraordinary job. That was
Morrison.
3-on-1 Kirst in that pocket.
absolutely.
Morrison must have missed the ball. That's the only
Yeah, he
way
did.
he's got that.
Now, just to preface this, he's probably the worst kick in the GFL, I reckon.
Oh.
Jack Driver. There wouldn't be many worse.
Wow.
You'd probably back him to kick it now after you said
David
that.
Farrell, the coach, tells him as soon as you get it, Jack, just look for a runner.
It was an interesting kick by Saunders to that
He's
pocket.
going a check side too. I do not believe this. Doesn't back himself with a drop punt. In he comes. Jack. Oh! He's kicked it. Put down your glasses.
He was always going to kick it, Buzz.
Once you said he's the worst
Oh,
kick, it's always
extraordinary.
on.
Mate, he was 35-1 until you
Yep.
brought up that he was into 7-2 favourite to kick it.
He'd do anything to get that dinner for 4.
Oh,
Extraordinary. Jack Driver with the
Great.
first
Wow.
unlikely goal kicker. South Barwon 1 goal straight. All part of the plan, Milky.
Yep.
Yeah,
One straight 6,
obviously.
and Joey's 3 straight.
Deep in the pocket, we all missed that mark until he come up with a footy.
yeah, like I mentioned, with the breeze, the skinny side's probably the place you want to enter there and have your shots on goal, but he's sort
over
of
the-
kicked it deep to the pocket.
Yep.
It's made the degree of difficulty increased.
Here we go again. The netball whistle going behind us is annoying just quietly as the free kick given to Jarvis in the centre of the ground. Jarvis, a little
Oh,
chip
boy.
kick. Oh, his teammate falls over on that occasion. Picked up by Paliuris, gives it over to his teammate Allen. Allen in the pocket. Oh, just shoved off the footy.
Silly.
Oh, it stayed in.
Yep.
That's Kello right
Yep.
there in front of me.
Correct.
Oh,
Goes
kick
to
and a half,
good
that.
kick.
Had to be.
Finds his teammate there in Charlie Francis.
Another Werribee.
Another
Former
Werribee
Werribee boy.
product, yeah.
15.
Out of the Geelong Falcons.
15 to Will Sexton. Oh, he just kicks the spud. But good on the end of that is Dylan. Dishes it off. It's all South Barwon just at the moment. And as I say that, the
Oh
Joey
dear!
boys
Oh,
pick it
look
up.
at that! Straight into the bench.
Harry Smith.
Ouch!
Careful, Dad doesn't jump the fence.
And he's paid it.
Umpire.
Paid it. Not sure there was a lot in that, Milky.
They love it.
But Hanson will take it for South Barwon, driving it to half forward. Blair was up early, probably impeded his man, and did so. McNamara.
he's paid a block!
Paid a block! That's extraordinary. Blair was all over him, Milky.
They're having a
Absolutely.
man.
Anyway,
That's it.
Blair from just
Two in
forward
a
to
row.
centre wing. High, long footy. Bosley had a good spot. Saunders round the body, kicked the goal. 2 straight for South Barwon. Just a goal in it.
Well, I really hope they don't start influencing the game.
That was
I'm not
two-
going to start early in
Nah,
the season.
two poor ones. 2 poor ones in a row, though, that was.
Yep.
2 poor ones in a row. If you make a bad decision, take a deep breath and, don't stuff it up. Well, the boss is sending me a message. She's over on the juice, I think. It was a birthday yesterday, my dear bride.
Send out a happy birthday message,
Happy
Milky.
birthday, my darling Sharon. We're about to enter phase 6 of the birthday celebrations.
Right.
South Barwon already with 5 free kicks for the quarter.
So back in the middle, they're stumped away by Hovey, only as far as Hogan through the middle of the ground. Kick to forward 50. Bosley was clean enough, got rid of it to himself in the end. He'll have to go looking for it again. Hanson kicks round the body to a dangerous position. McNamara was tackled probably without it, and he'll earn himself a free kick for it.
She's blowy in here.
Here's blowing. Can we close that door, or that might help?
Yeah.
Because the wind's coming through and going out. Kirsch, good man. Ball in the back pocket. Ferguson dumps it down the line. Oh, up high and taking a good grab. That's the new boy. And Capperon brings it down. Hovey up and under. Just sits it on Featherston's head. Strong enough. Can't quite take the mark, but he gets the crumbs. Then kicks it end over end and misses. Look, Featherston did well. Good use of... Oh, there we go. All the breeze is gone. South Barwon to come out from full back. Oh, just found his man all by himself on that occasion. Jonty Broughton goes down the line. Not really kicking it to anyone in particular, but Jared Blair leads in the race. He gets it over. Oh, he gone!
Oh, he paid the handball.
That's another one missed. But anyway, as the umpire says, give it to me now, I'll ball that up.
A couple of VFL teammates, Cal Mitchell and Lockie Noble, giving each other a fair bit of stick at the back of that. Blood rule here too. I think it is Mitchell. He might have given him one. That is Cal Mitchell wandering off.
Yep.
Him and Noble were at it.
Jonty Broughton in that play. Essendon VFL listed.
Yeah. Got a spot on the actual list, Kirsch, not even the development.
He did.
Which was a bit of a... Well, good on him, but not expected, I don't think.
Had a really good pre-season by all reports, speaking to Ben Patrick, and he deserved his spot.
GFL Team of the Year, of course, last year. I think he 40 odd goals.
Might have been 46 or 48.
Which is pretty good effort for a small forward.
Yep.
So, St Joey's 3-1-19.
A lot of South Barwon in that Team of the Year. Wonder who had something to do with that.
No, it's the coaches, Milky.
18 players.
It's 3-1-19 St Joey's. South Barwon 2 straight. We've played 20 minutes. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy opening half. St Joey's had all the first 10 minutes, and it's been South Barwon the next 10, Milky.
And have had plenty of it, South Barwon, and pushing forward again, but at the back of the pack, Haints gets tackled as he goes to ground. It just about should be holding the footy umpire. No, that's one. They've got one back.
It's confusing, isn't it, for us, let alone the punter in the crowd.
South Barwon over 13 inside 50s for only 2 scoring shots. Got to take their opportunities here.
13, did you say, Wilbur?
Yep.
Jeez.
Ferguson at ground level. Ball's just in a wrestle. He got on the dive on that occasion, giving away a free kick to Jacko Davis. Haven't seen a lot of him at this stage.
Seen all of this bloke.
The Alex Hickey just about best on ground at the minute. The outer side goes very long. Picks off his McNamara. My name's McNamara. He's the leader of the band. Goes to Paliuris. Drops what he should have taken. Goes back. Can he? No, he can't retrieve the footy. Rude free kick on that occasion.
That's going to Driver.
Yeah, it is going to Driver, and it's against
Tudor, is it?
Yeah, Tudor it is. Oh,
there we go.
There's
what
your
did I tell you?
He's kicking for goal.
Say anything. That's why.
Handball's chopped off. Umpire spotted a free kick.
South Barwon's pressure around the footy, Kirsch.
It's pretty good, isn't it? It's red hot, yeah. They're really coming up at Joey's when they've got ball in hand, so it's really impressive.
This is Ethan Baker just backward of centre of Drew Reserve. This one holds in the breeze. Bosley went with the one arm, not two. Hovey's back there with Noble, and they're both happy to see it out and over the boundary.
Buzz, you sure you're not abusing Jack Driver because he's your school colleague, or
he's just a he's just a really bad kick, Wilbur. I'm just stealing facts.
Fair enough.
Oh, look at the wind get hold of that.
Except when going the B-na-na.
Yeah.
Oh, can we just let the game go? I've got some fun fact about the umpiring and that after this.
Yeah, I don't know that'll be that much fun.
No, it is. It's a fun fact.
Fun fact, Jack Driver was my house school captain. House leader for Jordan Redbacks.
Hovey gets it over to his teammate on that occasion. Harry Smith dropped the footy. Free kick.
Yep. I think that one was there.
Fraction slow.
Yep.
From the fun factor.
It could have gone either way.
Harry Smith, the recipient, right in front of the scoreboard. The Harvey Norman scoreboard, 3-1-19. St Joey's. South Barwon 2 straight. 12. He dumps it down the line. Clears the pack. Over the back. Kershaw leads, but the boundary line just beats him.
Already been
would
the
like
11
to get
free
a con
kicks.
bounce there, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
the lad.
A little sneaky one out the back and away he went.
Already been the 11 free kicks, Milky. South Barwon lead 6-5.
Pretty tight then.
We'll be able to cross-check Wilbur on Monday too. No, he'll be on it. Wilbur is very good at this. Got another stoppage here on centre wing. 23 minutes gone in this first term on Anzac Day. A very healthy crowd.
I'm guessing that other mob's a paid position, Wilbur. I'd be talking to them if I were you.
Yeah. Tossed up. Davis missed the footy. Another strong tackle in tight. Allen on Anderson. Not getting out of that. Another ball up as 23 and a half minutes tick by. 7 points in it to St Joey's. Davis was up early. He got all the way over Hovey in the end. And the quick kick works to Kelleher. He's on 50. Kick smothered. Sexton controls it nicely. weaves a way through. Broughton's got a bit of space to weave something here. Saunders under some pressure, so a good clean pair of heels. Sliwa's a left footer. Anderson's a right footer. Nicely done to Baker. He wheels around. He want to go quickly and does.
Oh.
Drives it deep towards Jarvis. Came late. Morrison. Look at the little roving work from the glove. Kick wide is nice. Dufty, will it sit for him? It does just. He's got Siddle corralling him. Gets it over the top. Allen goes back and just works to Brenton Rees.
Rees on the centre wing. Umpire calls play on. He's looking.
He's got nothing to kick to.
He's got no one to kick to. Has to go back in the Allen direction. But chipping and taking a really nice mark on that occasion is Dusty Martin. Then centres the ball to centre half forward. Oh, it's 2-on-1. Good fist. Out to Ferguson. Hands across to Hovey. Hovey ducks, weaves, goes round the body. Bouncing ball towards goal. It gets a real nice bounce. Should have gone out of bounds, but it's rolled through for a minor score.
I'll tell you what, South Barwon are doing really well. They're getting back and getting some good shape behind the ball. So when Josephs look up on a slow play, they've got nothing to kick to but the South Barwon army behind the ball.
Joe Lever taking the kicking out duties. He's going to miss the next 5 weeks. Nookie going on a little sojourn overseas.
Is he?
This could be a bit of a loss for the Swans.
Just book your holidays during footy season.
He'll still get in the top 50. Don't worry about that.
Long ball from the microphone head to about 60 out. Broughton. That was probably a throw to Bacon. It wasn't picked up and then collared.
He drops his knees a bit, this bloke.
He does.
Yep.
That was Rat Kershaw, if anyone's wondering. Dylan in the middle of the ground. That's got to be 50. Not sure why it isn't 50. Driving ball to the point of the paint on 50. Jarvis had good position but was just nudged away by McNamara. Heinz did really well. Got rid of the big ruckman easily. And squaring ball was even better to Rees.
Rees, half back, goes very, very wide. Finds his teammate there in Dufty. Dufty throws a boot at it. Now the chase is on. Leading in the race. Oh, and then ducks, dropped to his knees, did Siddle. But the umpire says, you got him high, son. Doesn't matter he dropped to his knees or not. Siddle comes back with a foot. He goes to Kelly O'Neill. O'Neill now in the back pocket. He's tackled. The ball, that's that back to Siddle, who's wrapped up in the tackle again. And they've stuffed it up here, South Barwon.
Just like you said, Buzz, I think you just said lazy. It's just a one-step lazy kick. And you can't really, as you can see, there's some turnovers today in the back half. Can't afford to miss those ones.
How good's the ground look, guys? Just quietly?
Early in the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just got punched in the head.
Holding is trying to go. It's going to Anderson. And he takes the advantage.
Is it advantage? Not advantage. Advantage.
It'll go back. Look to Bobby. Really, that one did not.
Dre be spewing. He didn't kick many goals.
They were both holding on. I thought
wasn't
there wasn't much in that, mate.
Let it go.
Much in that. You've got to let him go.
It's in a good spot for St Joey's anyway. Lucas Anderson, the recipient.
If one person's wrestling, fair enough. But when they're both wrestling, just go play on. So you're both at it. Play on.
Really hard to be a defender these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be a good matchup this. Lever and Anderson. He spent a bit of time on Caperon to start, but looks like he's moved on to Lucas Anderson.
Or is Caperon moved?
May have. Anyway, Anderson directly in front. Kicks the guy.
Hovey just started clapping as soon as he left his boot.
A fourth goal for St Joey's. 4-2-26. South Barwon 2 straight 12. We've played 27 and a half minutes. That's all thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion.
It's his 8th for the season, Buzz, and leads the way at Joey's with the leading goal kicker.
He's a good player, isn't he?
He's a good player.
From Ballarat.
Yes, played Vic Country. Lake Windaree boy.
Yep.
Where's our
good player.
boy Caperon? Is he having a spell? I think, is he?
Yep.
He must be
He's
sitting on
over
the
there, I
bench. Yep.
Callum Mitchell's come out with the Bjorn Borg headband on.
Rate that.
Where is he? He's down back. He's
and get a good look at it, Kurt.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. I can see it now. Yeah.
Claret coming
Yeah,
out.
that
Yep.
Yeah. When Buzz's mob bashed him. Featherston gets his own ball in the centre of the ground. 2-on-1 against Paliuris. Ball. Here he goes. Kershaw. Put it out. That's my boy. Ball just tapped down by Paliuris into his path and just didn't break stride. Bang. Goal. On the Harvey Norman scoreboard. Another quick one to St Joey's. That's 5. The scoreboard's a fraction slow. So it's 5-2-32.
Yep.
They lead South Barwon 2 straight 12.
It's the role of a small forward.
I think I'll have entree, I'll have main, and I'll have
a bit early for that, I think, John.
I think that's what
Maccas?
Give him a happy meal, will you?
that's what got Kershaw the third in the best and fairest last year as well. Just a crumbing in forward pressure at the moment.
Kept his feet.
Superb.
So back in the middle. The breeze is really taking that footy in the middle of the ground. Haints, just look at the way
Oh, he just hunts it, doesn't he? He
hunts
just
the
hunts
footy.
it.
Got it to Buckley. Nice little shimmy. He's at centre half back. Squaring ball has to be good.
Oh,
Hickey, look out. He's got Sliwa coming from one way and Broughton from the other. But they emerge with it. South Barwon back to Hanson. Now Sliwa is a left footer. Snapping around the body.
Oh, he missed
Misses
a lot.
everything, I think, in the end. We're out for a boundary. Throwing her
They're
out
call-
the full.
It's a
They're
good
calling it out the
result
full.
if it's a boundary
Should be a
throw-in.
boundary throwing, I
Yeah.
think.
Looked like it
Looked
bounced
like it
in.
bounced
Yeah.
well in.
I can't see from here.
That's why I use a monitor, coach.
Yeah, it's a good point you make, Joshua.
Joshua.
He is coming off no sleep, so
Oh, yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
and-
no sleep.
I'm surprised you didn't at least buy him a coffee, the poor bugger.
Yeah.
Nothing. We get nothing. You get your own
There we
bottle of water. It's a snap.
what a goal!
Yes.
Was that your man driver?
No, it looks like Lockie Noble.
Lockie
Noble.
Noble.
He's thrown a couple, kicked a couple. Oh, one.
Allegedly.
He's
Thrown one, kicked one.
So three straight 18 South Barwon. They trail St Joseph's 5-2-32 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard at the 30-minute mark. Timely goal there from South
That
Barwon.
was a really impressive goal, that one.
Yep.
Out of the stoppage.
Joey's would be happy with 2 arsey goals. Kirsch,
Oh.
they're not from ideal spots.
They're not from
in
ideal
better terms.
spots, but I suppose defensively, in a forward 50 stoppage, you've got to be manning your opponent and clearly giving too much space.
Featherston, he's a new man this year,
Yeah,
Milky.
isn't he?
Well,
It's good to see.
And he's
Very
won that
invigorated.
clearance too. Caldo has best position. He'd probably be happy to see the boundary.
Oh,
Keeps it in and then just turns it over. Kelleher plays on left foot, squaring ball.
Sorry.
Right on the hooter.
Right on the siren. Quarter time on Anzac Day. It's a good start. If you're a neutral, it's 5-2-32 St Joey's, South Barwon. We're right now.
Down that far end.
Umpire holds the ball aloft to start the second quarter. 32 plays 18 on the Harvey Norman. See the wing get hold of that.
Yep.
Hovey traps the footy after going for the knockout and then drags it in. We'll have another ball up.
Broughton deep, Buzz.
Yep. Interesting.
Bosley trying to maybe get up the ground a
If
little bit.
I was
and try and
Bosley, I'd
work him
probably be
back.
telling him to get lost.
Yeah. Get up the ground yourself, son.
Ball's being shovelled forward.
Oh, good
good
tackle.
tackle on that occasion.
Physical tackle.
Yep. Is that your man Blair, I think, was it? No, that threw the tackle?
Interesting.
One man section.
Seeing driver's
Sexton.
been pushed from a back flank up to a wing on Riley Ferguson.
Get his skills higher up the ground, does it, Buzz? Or
Oh,
look at that.
Dust in the
So,
eye.
Jacko Davis playing half back on Hanson.
Yep. Interesting matchup.
Interesting matchup, isn't it? Up they go. Ball clears the pack. Tudor gets the crumbs, looking to dish it off. Gives it over to his teammate there in Mitchell with the headband. Goes back to Tudor. Cops a foul bounce. Then crashes his way through. But it's all South Barwon. Comes out. Kick around the body. Richards, I think that was. Trying to get his way to the front of the pack was Broughton. Mopping up on that
Good
occasion
smother.
was Hickey. Good, James Hickey. And ball smothered over the boundary line.
Yep. More good pressure from South Barwon. Lockie Noble providing that smother to keep the ball inside 50 for them.
Even the one before that, Buzz come at Cameron Tudor. He had nowhere to go, so they retreated back. Turnover.
Tossed in. Good throw in too. Only the one player up though. It was Hovey.
Oh.
Paliuris was stripped
Oh.
of it. No
Yep.
dropping the footy paid
No.
there. Hacked high ball to go back to Hovey. He wants to put his fist through it. Nearly beaten to it by Lockie Noble, who's half his size. Hickey. Ben's run round the corner. Mark wasn't claimed by Sexton and the ball out of play. The heart of centre wing on the outer side.
Gee, Hickey's had plenty of it, hasn't he?
He's had a lot
That's
of it.
Al.
Yep.
So a boundary throw in outer side. Once it goes to the outer side, you'll notice I get the call. Goes away from the truck. Buzz just can't be stuffed. Ball goes in. Reaching over the top on that occasion was Jarvis. Ball goes to ground, or picked up by Dylan. Dylan goes wide into the pocket. St Joseph's back there to pick it up. Oh, he's in trouble on this occasion. Is McNamara. Umpire says, no, he stepped it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
Similar to the Hawthorn-Geelong game, James Sisley had 2 incidents. Got away with it both times, but as we've seen there, got away with it again.
Not really red hot on that.
They were.
Tossed in. Bit shallow this time. Bosey
Oh.
takes it out of the ruck. Left foot snap. Probably good result in the end for the Swans.
Yep, bit deeper.
Andrew throw in. He kicked a goal like that last round against Grovedale too, just taking it straight out of the ruck. Obviously with that new rule this year,
Yep.
you can do that without the worry of being done holding the footy.
The new rule, or was it just the old rule?
Yeah, that's right. Hovey double fisted away. This one will go towards the boundary too. and out of play. So nearly 3 minutes gone. This second term, either side yet to add to their quarter time score, which reads 5-2-32 St Joey, South Barwon 3 straight 18.
Interesting though, Buzz, the ball has been up this end of the ground for the entire 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wind might have picked up too.
Spin.
Can't
Did he
do
get
that.
dumped, Hovey? Or did he? Ball's going back to him. Push. Interesting there, his Hovey's little jumper punch on Bosley.
I don't think it was needed. It was only pushing it back.
Yep. Goes long down the line. Gee, there's 4 South Barwon guys in that pack. Picked up at the back of the pack on that occasion by Caldo. Hands out wide. Oh, good mark to Blair. Jared Blair centres it. Knocks it clear. Oh, Tudor smashes it clear. Comes back to Jacko Davis. Gives it over to Al Hickey. Al Hickey gives it across to McNamara.
Oh, he's pinned him. Here he is.
For a throw.
50.
And 50. Should have been 50. Driver wants it.
Oh, he thought it was.
Should have been.
Did he get his hands in?
I thought he clipped his hand. I thought it was a hand.
Thought it was at least some sort of contact. It wasn't great.
I can't say the umpire was in a bad position because he was 5 metres from it.
I reckon we'll let
Back
Buzz,
him here, Buzz.
We'll let Buzz call this one. Because here is your man again, driver. The worst kick in football, you said. Oh, you want to take a photo of him?
If he kicks this,
It's a video.
I'll be staggered.
I'll be staggered.
He's got one.
He's got the breeze with him, which will go in his favour. Funny little thingy run up. He kicks towards goal. He's kicked it.
No.
No.
You get a little
He
tad
was up
excited.
early.
Tad excited on that one.
Gave it the old double.
He gave him the double comp.
Oh, you watched where the footy went. You watched him, did you?
Yeah.
I watched where the footy went.
But he liked
Did it
it.
never look like it though, John?
Nah, never looked like it at all.
Oh, he thought it did, didn't he?
Oh, it's extraordinary. 3-1-19 South Barwon, St Joey's 5-2-32.
Time in forward half, it'll almost be 90% at this stage, I'd say.
Davis decides to ignore Hickey and go straight down the guts, looking for Featherston. He doesn't even try to mark it, tries to palm it over the back of the pack. Ball coming down the line, back as quick as it went out there from South Barwon's Slewa. How do you say that one?
Slewa, yep.
Slewa. And Blair is happy to see it go over the boundary line. Couldn't quite control it there. We'll
He's
have a throw in.
the lone one in long sleeves. Milky, that's how you distinguish him.
Slewa.
Dom
That's how we say
Slewa.
it.
St Joey's yet to register an inside 50. South Barwon +4 for the quarter.
As Kirsch said, time and inside forward 50
half,
would be through the roof to start this second term for the Swans. They need to make it pay though against a good side like this, the reigning champs. Mitchell was stripped of it. Was there a whistle? No, it was the umpires. It's hard to
It's an
pick it
Eddie.
up
It's an
sometimes.
There's a netball.
Yep.
Anyway, well,
Soon as
there
that
is a
finishes,
whistle
the
this
better.
time. And no, it's going all day, Milky. I think the last game starts at 4
Yep.
or something. So, be going into the late hours. Featherston double palms it down, but Baker gets a kick away, but that'll fade.
That'll break a windscreen, that one.
Not sure if you're doing clearance stats there, Wilbur, but I'll tell you what, it'll be pretty high at the moment, South Barwon's way.
Yeah, they're up.
Clearance from a stoppage.
They're up 5-3 so far for the quarter.
Yeah. But it might have been a little bit higher than that, considering the ball's been in there. There you go. That's it. It's on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's back on. Yeah. We're back.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, and we don't even know if Buzz did anything, but it may have been a fuse. I don't know what it was, or unless the boys in the box have just accidentally unplugged us and realised their mistake in the timekeeper's box.
I think that would be it. Milky, I reckon.
Yeah, because I don't think Buzz actually did anything, to be
No.
honest with you.
Come on,
Featherston comes out the back of the pack, puts it in the path of Dreyer. Dreyer goes across to Mitchell. Mitchell's hands across to his teammate there in Al Hickey. Ball's in the guts, right in the guts of the ground. Out comes Reese, finds a teammate. Really good kick. Paliuris goes very, very wide. In fact, he clears Haints completely. He I don't know what he tried. There's some little soccer manoeuvre.
I don't know what it was. I think
Dreyer goes over to help him.
Gaelic manoeuvre.
Yeah, Dreyer goes over to help him, and we'll have a throw in. Right in front of that scoreboard. 5-2-32. South Barwon 3-1-19.
With the breeze going to that scoreboard, Milky, it's really interesting the last 2 quarters that the ball or the players are making the decision to go to the fat side.
Yep.
Rather than keeping the ball skinny and obviously
Yep.
trying to score from this side,
Yeah.
they're going the harder side. So,
Reached over the top on that occasion. The
strong
big fella
tackle.
in a really strong tackle. Who's at the bottom of that? Haints? Yep.
South Barwon have had the 9 tackles.
Yeah, they're
St. Joey's 2.
They're hot
Really
around
putting
the footy,
pressure on them
aren't
at
they,
the moment.
They are very hot around the footy.
Extracted. Look at Saunders just break away from that stoppage. Kick is
Oh, look at
risky
that.
through the middle of the ground, but it might work. It sits
Does.
nicely
Look at this here.
for
Come
Noble, and
out.
he's got Broughton all by himself. He's got Bosley on deep, and
Bud.
Bosley, he had 3 to beat. He won't do that. Just ragdolls Morrison out of the way. McNamara calmly to Hickey, and a big opportunity goes begging
Wow.
for the Swans.
Oh,
They just need to finish that, don't they, Kirsch?
they do.
The
I mean,
4 defenders were on their own because there was 4 forwards on their own, and all they did was keep them off, and they would have scored.
now talk about time and space. He had it all then.
Yep.
He had everything in front of him. The
Yep.
game had unfolded, and it was just a skill error. And
Yeah.
we're talking about a VFL listed player now. So
Yep.
Yeah.
you know, there's no perceived pressure. It was just a bad kick.
Yep.
Had the +4 inside 50 as well for the quarter, boys. They really got to take their opportunity here. Not yet able to score for the quarter.
Featherston knocks it down as far as Buckley. Buckley gets it out. Oh, there's
Jeez.
Caperon taps it to ground level rather than trying to attempt the mark.
Ooh.
And Kershaw, you heard the because his boy was tackled.
I saw the old number 6 go up there and tap it on. It's like the
Looks a bit like Benny Cap.
makeshift ruckman of the past couple of
Yeah.
grand finals.
The Uni Blues boy.
Yeah.
Joe McCullough would know what to do. He'd kick a goal at the Uni Blues. There'd be no one there drinking cans, so he'd have no pumping it for the crowd. Ball comes back down. Oh, picked up by Buckley. Gets a kick. Good fist there by the South Barwon defender. Ball hit ground level. Good hands out wide.
Clever handball, that.
Very, very clever. Can't work out who the South Barwon
was
have to help me
Noble.
out. There was Noble. Goes to Morrison. Leads in the race. And over the boundary line we go.
Tell you
We'll have
what,
a throw in.
Good win there for South Barwon. Just
Yeah.
with the win, just little hack kicks forward, get the meterage, can be very handy in this sort of game.
what I'm liking, Buzz, with South Barwon's pressure is they're not having too many players go at the ball carrier. They're actually backing that person to tackle with frontal pressure, and then they've got some really good outside shape, easy exits.
Yeah. There's definitely just a visual difference to how they're playing this season,
Oh.
just from what we've seen early doors. But
Yeah, good
St Joey's
strike
are
beat.
doing a nice job of holding on. Featherston did really well through the middle of the ground. Caperon was held on to. Noble just dinks one wide, looking for his captain, who's collared. Get himself a free kick. That was son of.
Yep, that was there.
That was there. Darcy Hanson missed most of last year through injury, but back now the skipper. Siddle, right in front of us. That's why I've got it. Baker has the sit marks, and he won't bother turning around. He turns his back immediately and says, I'll kick this, boys.
First mark inside 50 for the quarter for South Barwon as well, boys. It's their 6th inside 50, so
Herbert had a look at Tudor there and said, where were you? Where were you? That's what he did. He looked at him and said, where were you, mate? What happened?
So Ethan Baker, South Barwon have had all the play this term. They just need to put it on the scoreboard.
12 minutes of footy and there's been one behind scored.
Yep.
that's it.
Baker comes in, kicks from 48 to cross the face.
A lot.
Blair couldn't get a jump in it and threw for a rush behind.
Oops, wrong side.
So 3-2-20 South Barwon now. St Joey's 5-2-32.
Hickey. James Hickey, that is, brings it out. Oh, geez, he got lucky. They really got lucky there on that occasion. St Joey's gave it to McNamara, then got it back. Goes into the centre of the ground to Kelleher. Kelleher across to Paliuris. Paliuris goes straight down the guts. Hanson throws, no, it wasn't Hanson, throws a hand at it. Picked off on this occasion by Buckley. Can he settle before goal? He can't. So throws a boot at it.
No.
He's got a minor score. Gee whiz. They're a long way away, but I wasn't sure whether he actually got that through the goals or through the behinds.
A little bit better
Likely.
ball movement out of their back half then. But luck had it here.
Oh, didn't it
Just a
ever?
bit of luck. Like the old loopy handball over the top.
Brought back in by Lever, who just mungs a kick, but it
Yes.
fortuitously works to Dylan. Makes driver stretch. Not sure about this. He just kicks wide towards Bosley. He's got the city, pushes off Morrison, but Morrison did really well. Then Bosley has a bit of feeling in that matchup. Has he paid anything? No, he hasn't. Noble keeps going and kicks a goal.
Terrible decision.
Unbelievable. Lockie Noble's kicked the goal. South Barwon get the one they've been looking for, but it's coming. Interesting circumstances, Kirsch.
Wow.
Very. Oh, I'm not sure there was a free kick
There
in that.
certainly was not, but wow.
Yeah, but if you're going to make comments, Wilbur, make sure your microphone's turned on, son. Yeah, not sure there was anything in that, but
But nonetheless, it's a goal.
so on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, it's 5-3-33 St Joseph's. South Barwon now 4-2-26. I heard the whistle and looked up, wondering what it was, but no, that was another netball whistle. Back in the guts. Up they go. Hovey wins this one, knocks it down. Into the pass of Allen, throws a boot at it. Oh, Dreyer dives in on the footy. Now there's stacks on in there. The umpire says, give it a me. No one had a chance to get rid of that. We'll ball it up again. Probably not far. Probably 30 metres from the centre circle. Oh, good jump there on that occasion by Jarvis. But the ball's gone out the back of the pack. Buckley tries to crash his way through. He's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. The umpire's going to do exactly the same thing. And the ball's moved about 8 metres.
I reckon there'll be about 8 hit-outs for the day so far, but about 30 take out of the rucks.
Just the one behind for St Joey's so far in this second term.
Oh,
Just wonderfully sharked by Dufty, who kicks the goal.
Jeez.
was that a goal?
Yeah, goal.
Snuck it through.
Wow!
Marty Dufty, a goal against the run of play, a big one for the reigning champs.
I thought from here it looked like it went the other side of the post.
Yeah,
But
must have
anyway,
just snuck in.
Must have just snuck in. He's closer than us, that's for sure. Old
So-
Dusty Martin.
Really good goal by St Joey's, a much needed one. 6-3-39, they move on to South Barwon 4-2-26. That's thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion.
Getting all those sponsors in. I'm sure there's a kick back there somewhere for you, Buzz.
Not for me, that's for sure.
Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. Back in the guts. 15 and a half gone. What's that? 1-1 to Joey's in this quarter and 1-2 to South Barwon in this quarter. So a very even quarter as they go again. Jarvis again wins it, knocks it down. Hickey, was that Hickey?
Yep.
Has just got lost in traffic, got the ball out. And there's the other Al Hickey, gets it across to Dreyer. Oh, what was that? He spiked it! Across
volleyball spike.
Yeah, it was a volleyball spike. Across to Hines, gets it wide into the pocket. Kelleher chases. Here it goes to Dreyer. Dreyer just dishes off the handball. Back to Kelleher. His kick smothered.
Good smother.
Goes over the boundary line. Right in front of the St Joey's members there.
Good follow-up and spread by Paul Dreyer then.
Yeah, wasn't
He
it?
was actually the one who volleyball spiked it and then
Yeah.
gave it off to the kick and the running player.
Tossed in front of a very healthy crowd here at Drew Oval. Here is Dreyer again, wants his right foot and finds it. Kick deep inside 50, but
Well
Siddle
set up.
had the sit.
Well set up.
So Kirsch, just while we've got a bit of a lull, just explain that you say good setup there. What are you referring to?
So if you look at the stoppage, you'll see that maybe a St Joseph's forward will come up to the stoppage, which will give the South Barwon players a +1. Make your deepest the +1 and you get really good shape behind the ball. So when that bomb kick comes in, you're set up and obviously they've taken probably X amount
Good
of marks,
work.
I'd say. So
Mitchell.
Really well done
Mitchell
by
there.
Cal Mitchell.
Yep.
Shrugged off a would-be tackler. St Joey still with the footy. Hickey just dumps a left foot high ball, but it fades. Was it out in the full or did it pitch inside?
Stayed in
It's out
play.
the full. No, it's out in the full. The umpire.
It is out in the full. We'll be
Yep.
going to South Barwon.
what you're finding at the higher level though, Buzz, the VFL and AFL, is that with the 6-6-6 rule, there's more one-on-ones and 6 in front
Yeah.
of the ball, and it's really harder to get
Yeah, you
the
can't push
actual,
those
the
extras
extra
back.
number
Yeah.
behind the
They
play.
switch play here, South Barwon. Bringing it out. Coming out of full back. Is that Siddle? O'Neill coming. I'll get them right. I'll get 2 or 3 of them right for the day for sure. Back in the centre of the ground. Oh, Jarvis crashes into the pack and umpire said you got him high. And a free kick to Paliuris.
He went hard though, the big fella.
He did, didn't he?
Yep, absolutely.
You'd like to see that from big boys. Paliuris, you can see the breeze taking hold of that footy.
But that's the kick.
Yep, puts it up there.
Oh,
Come off.
great
Jacko
front.
Davis won't miss. Goal. Bang.
Righto.
Great front centre.
So
how good was that?
This is what we've been talking about, Milky, with those entries going to the fat side of the
Yep.
ground rather than keeping the ball skinny
Yep.
because of the breeze. If you keep it skinny, the breeze will bring it to the top of the square. A lot of the entries by South Barwon and St Joseph's have been to the fat side, to the dead pocket.
Dead pocket,
Really hard
yep.
to kick goals there.
Yep.
Paliuris then, smart kick, held up, top
Yep.
of the square,
Fisted
front
down.
centre,
Front
away they
square.
go. So,
Bang. And doesn't miss. He's another one. And he's been moved forward.
Luxury of
Jacko
having a
Davis.
Jacko Davis. He can play in any position.
Yep.
Just that perfect utility. As you said, Milky was playing half-back earlier
Back
now.
deep in the square.
so on the flip side to that, Buzz,
Playing on O'Neill.
when we spoke about Broughton playing that deep full forward and Bosley out on the sort of right-hand side, I reckon that'd be because of the breeze. So there's more ball coming into
Yep.
the forward 50 with a curve going to the boundary line. So Bosley's the marking target.
Yep.
On a windy day, it's always on that far side on the wing.
So on
No,
the
we're-
Harvey,
we're
Harvey
out.
Norman scoreboard, 7-3-45 to 4-2-26. Hovey wins that, knocks it down to Buckley. Haints, quick hands, tries to go back to Hovey. Does a really good work, Hovey, for a big fella. Comes out to Haints, spearing pass over the top of Lever. Lever's wrapped up in a tackle by Kershaw, and we will have a ball up. Some 45 out from the Joey's goal.
Joey
19
started,
gone, sorry.
Joey started to catch up with the clearances, thanks to Jack Buckley, I reckon. Real hard contested footy at the moment.
Driver, hands were good. Look at Saunders. This is what he does. Just burst through a stoppage. It's a funny helicopter kick, but it'll work to Bosley, who misses it. Broughton playing behind. McNamara. Tricky handball through the legs of Hogan. Nutmegged him. Hanson went hard and did well for his team. Noble. Loopy handball to
Lines of
Driver.
'em.
Check side ball. Broughton reaches. Can he pick it up cleanly? No, it's a wonderful tackle, but he wriggles clear. And the kick smothered. He nearly did the miracle. And the ball out of play.
Tell me something. That wasn't a free kick for a tackle, but the one that was paid against, was it
'Cause
Morrison
it
over that one?
didn't stick, Milky.
But the one over there didn't stick either, mate.
No, that's true.
And what I'm saying is
Yep.
it was the same incident, yet one umpire paid it, the other didn't.
Different umpire.
Consistency, boys. That's all we want.
Tossed
Don't
in.
care what happens.
Hovey nearly impeded by Davis. Richards been quiet after a hot start. Hickey's hands were nice to Buckley, to Mitchell. Beyond Borg. Kicks over the head of Siddle, who just fists it clear. Ferguson, right side for him. Dribbles one. Paliuris, tried a tricky little pat behind his back. Jarvis, squaring ball.
Oh, lucky.
Jeez, it was a
fortune there.
dangerous position, but Hogan was there in the nick of time. He'll drive back towards us and find Siddle.
Siddle takes a mark.
Nearly the
Oh,
Ruckman rule come in then.
yeah, almost centre wing. Decides to play on. Tries to get around Kershaw.
my God.
Goes to Paliuris, who intercepts. Gets a handball off to Davis. Davis back to Kershaw. Kershaw back to Kelleher. Kelleher weaves back on his... Tried to get on his right foot. Kershaw gives it across to his teammate there, Mitchell. Mitchell goes with the left. Chops it into centre half forward. But just an intercept mark there. Richards, is it?
Oh boy, didn't know how to
Boy,
that flag,
right,
Milky.
yeah.
Just goes with the left and hits his teammate.
It was interesting.
It's Louis Herbert who's worked hard out to the back flank. Puffing hard, I can see through our monitor.
Well, because of the sort of turnovers, it's an up and down game at the moment, isn't
Oh
it?
boy, and there's been a few
Oh,
of those sort of
another one
kicks too. McNamara read it best. Just a clever kick out wide to Kelleher, who kicks inside 50 and chopped off by Saunders, who's been busy. Drives it wide, but over the head of Francis. He's got Davis bearing down. Francis does really well, actually. And he's got Driver on if he can get it to him. Buckley put a hand up. Did well. Hickey. He's been clean off half-back. Dreyer. Still has Hickey going for him. He just ran the tight walk there through the boundary and then kept going. Then drives to the forward pocket. Dangerous spot. Saunders at the fore of the footy. O'Neill to Sexton. Usually a good user by foot. Just puts a left foot footy up. It's well done by Hovey. And then he kicks deep to the pocket, but there's no one there. It's a 3-on-1. Paliuris is the one for St Joey's and does a really good job to get it out of play.
That's it. Well done.
Poor kick by Hoves.
Just back there when Dreyer had the footy, what a really good decision to give it to Hickey.
Yeah.
He went to go to one way and then said, no, I'll give it to Hickey, who's
Well,
got a little bit more
the players
time.
shifted inboard.
Yeah.
Just think you're going to come inboard.
He's
Yep.
quick, so he's able to break the lines and hits in inside.
Deceptively quick, isn't he?
He is.
Hickey.
Ball comes back out. Picked up by Anderson, I think that was. Gets it across to Davis. Davis gets it round the body.
What a
That was
Jacko
clean
Davis.
pick up off his toes.
That is nearly the goal of the day, I would have thought.
That was
How
That was
clean.
class, wasn't it?
The
Jim?
pace he attacked that with. Unbelievable.
He is... he's a freak.
He's the best kick for goal in the comp.
Yes.
Buzz, we've been saying it for a fair few years.
Yep.
But he loves those ones, and he's excellent at those type of scenarios.
Everybody else is having trouble with those, Wilbur. He just picks it up at his feet.
He just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? It's dangerous times here, I reckon, for South Barwon. It's been all St Joey's the last 10 minutes. They're plus 7 in inside 50s now. South Barwon unable to get inside 50, and if they are, though, at the moment they aren't really able to score.
8-3 plays 4-2. Ball back in the middle. Reese at the bottom of that. He's wrapped up in the tackle. Umpire says, "Given to me, that's going nowhere, boys."
I think they've turned it around a bit around the footy as well, Buzz. I think they've just won a few more contested ball, a few more stoppages, and just getting that quick ball movement going again.
Wilbur mentioned it, but looks like Buckley's gone to Saunders and he's had a bit of an influence, and here he is.
He's been good,
over
Buckley.
the footy.
Yep.
He's physical, and
Yep.
South Barwon have been physical, so St Joseph's have to lift the level and
It's
try
almost,
and match it as well.
almost playing a run with role, and he suited it very well.
See, Dan Caperon's been moved onto Jonty Broughton as well, just in front of us.
Yep.
One down by Featherston, who's been good, done some good things. Shovelled forward. It might have been Buckley again. Kick to centre half forward. Geez, Lever's got to be clean here. Just got his hands away in the nick of time. Rees just hurdled a couple. Left foot ball. Caldo has to sit under it. Anderson got rid of him. This is a danger.
3 for the quarter.
3 in the quarter and 2 in the no time. And St Joey's now just edging away. 8-3, 57 they are on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. South Barwon 4-2, 26.
Well, they've had a very spirited first 10 minutes, South Barwon, and they weren't rewarded on scoreboard pressure, and it can be a bit breaking for your spirits because
Quality sides
St
will
Joseph's go
eventually
inside 6 times and
hit
get
the scoreboard.
4 goals. So
What time did I say? I think I said it was 15 minutes
Yeah,
gone, wasn't it?
it was-
was a behind kicked.
Yeah, 13 minutes was the first goal from
Yeah,
Lockie
right.
Noble.
13 minutes, okay. Yeah. So,
He's been a game changer, Jacko Davis.
he
Has he
has.
ever?
He has indeed.
what an ace to have up your sleeve to say, we'll play him off half back, then we'll slip him up in a forward. He kicks 3 in. He's kicked 3 in 5 minutes, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
yep.
Just about.
Ball goes up. Won by the South Barwon big man. That was Davis. Comes out the back. Reese gets off the handball.
Starting to
No,
get a
sorry,
little
that was
bit of run
Dreyer.
spread
Dreyer's
going
been
now.
really good as well. Hands up goes Kershaw. Tries to trap it. Can't do so. Ball goes out to the outer side. Allen, his handball is smothered. Good work there by South Barwon.
Good tackle.
Stacks on. And we'll have a ball up. Outer wing. You know it's in the outer wing because I'm talking. Up they go. Davis again. Knocks it down. Picked off on this occasion by Featherston. Bouncing ball. One hand up by the boundary. And we'll have a throw in.
Only the one mark inside 50 for both teams this quarter. The wind playing a huge factor, making it difficult for either side to be able to mark it inside 50.
25 and a half minutes a tick by in this second term. South Barwon would dearly love another, as would St Joey's, for differing reasons, obviously. This stage
see
of the
Featherston
game.
look up at the umpire
Jeez, that
then.
was sharp by
Buckley
Buckley, and his
again.
kick inside 50 is chopped off by Siddle, who's done a fair bit of that today.
Yep.
Him and
But,
Saunders lots of intercept marks
I
this
think
quarter.
Davis might be his man, just quietly.
Siddle.
Siddle. He likes to drop back, but
boots.
Davis is getting dangerous. Anyway, the
Look
ball
at this.
with Hanson,
Yeah, they're out.
and they're on the counter-attack here. Blair from 70 goes looking for Broughton. Nearly got it, he was held on to, but no free kick. Morrison turns into trouble,
Didn't he?
but Caperon was there in a good spot. Takes a bounce. High footy, out towards Sliwa, nudged under it by Dreyer.
You're allowed to do that now, though. But anyway,
Not a lot in that.
No.
The new
Pin
push
for
in the
that.
back rule as well.
Yeah.
So Dom Sliwa with the footy. Top 3 in their best and fairest last year. Oh boy.
Jeepers, what was that?
Not for that. It might work though. Hanson marks inside the
Did.
boundary.
He's marked it on the paint.
Must have been
It's their
tight.
second
Yeah,
mark
yeah,
inside 50.
Right on the
and
paint, it was.
I've got to be honest with you, I thought he marked it on the slide.
with this sort of wind, it lucks of fortune and marks like that have to be
Kirsch, where are you
very
aiming
handy.
with this breeze here?
Probably where this boundary
goalpost.
umpire is on the far goalpost, I think.
Looks like he's
Definitely
going
Definitely
on
a,
far right.
looks like he's going a drop punt, not a snap. He is a fair way out though. Hanson didn't get much of it. Caperon has best position here, and Bosley brings him to ground. That's probably 50.
Yeah,
Worth
earn your
the
Tell you the
marks.
truth.
Earn your marks.
Caperon back in the defensive half this
That's
quarter,
50,
and
yeah,
now
I'll
it's
do that,
50
yeah.
against Saunders. Zach Morrison was fumbling around with it.
Go. Yep, you
And
can
Saunders
go.
pinged him, so Caperon, he's asking, can I go, and he's...
The umpire can't keep up. That's my
He
cut.
does now. High ball. Who can mark this? Siddle again.
It's a waste, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
But again, well organised by South Barwon behind the ball.
Is that Noble out there, the little fella?
O'Neill.
O'Neill, rather. Don't know
Getting
where
him
Noble
mixed
from. O'Neill, the little fella, in the pocket. If that boundary get out of the way or central, whatever he is, can't see through him. Ball goes up. Oh! Just that.
Whoa, if you don't mind.
Cal Mitchell just put the whole one hand up.
He must have the Grippo on, surely.
The old Grippo.
Or he's Gecko McGovern.
Oh, boy. Goes across to Cameron, who just dumps it high. Marking contest, ball's fisted over the boundary and we'll have a throw in on the outer side. What a little sticky fingers.
That's a good mark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Played for Geelong last week. Cal Mitchell.
Against Werribee.
It's usually a pretty good, consistent fixture with them, but obviously with the bye this week, back in St Joey's colours, usually just makes himself available for finals.
Yeah,
usually how it works.
Final specialist.
Yeah, good player to come into.
Buckley
St
again.
Joey's back inside
He's made a
50
real
again.
difference.
He has.
He has.
Wilbur was onto that early. Siddle was wrapped up. Had to be quick. It's turned over. Little one over the top. Palm down. Hogan's got to be clean. He's wrapped up. Sharked by Kershaw. Comes out. Ferguson.
Look out.
Palliuris.
Yeah.
Goal. Barely made contact with it, but it doesn't matter. Point blank range. And another one for St Joey's.
It was less than a minute ago, I reckon, that Hanson was having a shot at goal up this end.
Yeah.
Bang. Goes the length of the ground for a goal. 10-3-63. 2-3-2, is it? 4-2.
Yep.
4-2, 26.
In a blink of an eye, it's
Yes, so far
blown out a
5-1.
bit.
5-1, plays 1-2 for this quarter. In 29 minutes.
Yeah, we think about
Davis.
South Barwon's forward line, Buzz, and I just don't. Obviously, it's not obvious. It's obviously it's not working very well today at the moment. You've got Bosley, Broughton, and Blair down here that are very good footballers. Can turn though if you just keep getting enough inside 50s if they keep persisting.
Broughton gets it out, sorry. He's not going to just an elbow, nearly broke me Noble. Yeah, but it's gone back to St Joey's. Oh, and just a big kick off young Harry Smith.
Yeah, young Smith.
Wasn't quite on balanced, and he's just popped it over the boundary line on the full.
Yeah, just
he's
tried to
got a
get
lot
on
of
his-
future, that young
Yeah,
Harry
learned from
Smith.
his
I like
mistake.
him.
Tried to get on his left. That
Yep.
was the thing.
Good young player.
Yeah, it's a fair side to break into when you're 19.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Got a
Good
bright
pedigree.
future ahead of him. So South Barwon drive down forward again through the hands of Blair, but he mops up nicely. Had a man over the top of it, get it there, but run out of room. Featherston,
Oh.
little underground ball was
Smart.
clever
Good, wasn't it?
to Hickey, who kicks to about 60 out. Just inside 50 now. Anderson thumps it over the top. They're on again here. Buckley runs away, improves the angle.
Oh,
Australia.
he's got.
A fantastic bit of play from
That
Jack
was
Buckley.
Very good. I made a comment after St Mary's game. I couldn't believe how much it improved Jack Buckley.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
hell,
Yep.
he's.
Earned his spot last year in that premiership side. And
Yep.
Yeah,
Looks a mainstay.
year before he really struggled to keep his spot in the
Yep.
side.
Yep.
He was that one that was tipped in and out. But yeah, he's really improved the last 18 months.
So Paul Dre to make it 6 for the term
Bang.
for the reigning champs, and he's got it.
Hey, your mate got a goal in the end.
He finally got one. His old man will give me a red when I go down and see the
Correct.
one day
One day
estate.
estate.
Yes. Old Sam Murray, the lunatic
Oh.
asylum.
Just give him a free
Saint-
little plug there.
Yeah.
St Joe's are plus 20 in disposals for the quarter as well, boys. Ariels
Yeah.
get handed on the footy first, and
Well, I'll tell you
Use
what,
the
it'll
wings.
only be from the 10-12 minute mark of this quarter because it was all South Barwon prior to that.
Absolutely it was. Had they been able to put some scoreboard pressure on in those
Yeah.
13 minutes.
100%.
Yep.
Jeez, it's changed quickly, hasn't it? In a 15-minute period,
Yeah.
Joey's have just stamped their authority on this one. The ball's been reefed from the cemetery.
Cocktails before this dinner too, Buzz, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's not looking great now, is it? That's for sure. Anyway, we've gone nearly 32 minutes.
Anyway, we'll move on.
Anyway,
Yup.
what bet? Back in the middle, Davis. Saunders over the footy. He's corralled by Allen. Saunders got a little handball off the ground to try and get it clear, but numbers round it and right
Siren.
on the siren, and St Joey's showing why they are the reigning premier. A big quarter, 6 goals in it for them. 11-3, 69 at half-time. South Barwon, 4-2, 26. We'll quickly run through the goal kickers, Milky, Kirsch and Wilbur. You can do the Joey's,
Oh,
Milky,
okay.
if you want.
Singles. Palliuris, Al Hickey, Josh Hovey, Paul Dreyer finally got one in that quarter. Brand Haints, Lucas Anderson, Dufty Martin, Riley Kershaw, and 3 goals to Jacko Davis, all in that quarter for a total of 11. Over in the South Barwon, Wonder Jack Driver still hasn't got over that, have you, Buzz?
No, unbelievable.
1 to Josh Saunders in that quarter and 2 to Lockie Noble in the first quarter. So 11-3-69 St Joey's on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. They lead South Barwon 4-2-26 and I look like eating for free.
Thanks, mate.
On your feet. Davis reaches high, doesn't quite get hold of it, but it's knocked into the path of Hickey. Al Hickey's been tremendous today. He's dispossessed of it. Ball comes back out. There he is again. This time comes back, finishes with Hobie, bounces off his chest in here.
Oh.
But head kick Jacko Davis, the man we mentioned. Free kick for. He might have been a tad lucky there. Davis comes out wide, finds Tudor. Tudor's got Rees on. He finds him. Rees gets a call from Jimmy Allen. He ignores that, decides to go long, pops it up. Looking for. Oh, it's all good. Really solid mark for Driver. Right in front of us here. Oh, did you hear that? Drives. Not Driver, drives.
Sorry, that slipped.
Yeah, drives. The old mate, the old cocko. Driver took a really good mark.
Oh, you don't want him to kick, Buzz.
He almost
Buzz,
got it
tell
up. Charlie Francis then goes in the path of Blair.
That's
Jared
better
Blair,
ball movement.
really good ball movement there to Jonty Broughton.
That's the kick I don't
goes
like.
into the pocket, that dead pocket, but it goes over the top of Hickey and lands on the chest of a bloke on sort of a little bit
sure about him.
nonplussed about this fella. Bosley, you keep talking him up, Buzz, and hasn't done a lot.
No, he hasn't today. But as I said last time he was here, he destroyed Zach Morrison.
Yep.
Had a good start to the year, but he's been beaten today, that's for sure, Milky.
But in the first half, we've got a second half, so you've got a
That's
chance
right.
to revive and change things.
He is a good set shot for goal, we'll give him that.
With the breeze, this is as far wide as you want to be. I think he's munged it.
He has munged it. It's going right, but he's got a minor score. And that's his first score for the day, isn't it?
Yep,
It is.
it is.
He's tied with Luke Smith on top of the GFL goal kicking ladder. Luke Smith made his debut for Geelong last week, so Mel Park will miss him. I don't think he'll be going anywhere too quickly.
Just looking at that kick out.
That's massive, isn't it?
That is some sort of kick out.
It's just a new rule. Being able to run out as well.
No, there was a hell of a lot of leg on that.
Oh, and the wind.
Jesus.
And the
Wind would
breeze.
have helped. Yeah.
That was Jacko Davis, wasn't it?
I didn't see, mate.
I reckon it was.
Yeah, it would have been. He was the last line of defence there.
And I reckon that is a magnificent kick.
So now we're on centre wing in one hit.
Yep.
It's a fair effort. Davis palmed it down. Dufty went without it. St
Oh.
Joey's again strong round the ball. Lever went without it. So did Sliwa. Ball at ground level. Strong tackle by Rees in there as well.
Blow it up.
Who ends up with a footy somehow. He was laying the tackle and then he ends up with a footy, but it'll be
He
a
let
pull
that
up.
go, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what he was waiting for.
Tossed up. We're just outside the forward 50 for St
Charging the
Joey's.
balls.
Caldo to Sexton. Wide, but it's all Cal Mitchell really
Got some good
ahead
toe,
of
hasn't he?
Isn't it?
Jonty Broughton. Tudor just caresses one for Davis, who had a 3-goal second term and lit up the home side. He looks to square the ball and does it nicely too. Doesn't
Laces
half
out.
back and
Great kick.
finds McNamara, who goes very, very short to Ferguson, who
Not in
wheels
the
and
top
goes on
50,
that
by the
left
way.
foot. Finds.
top-
Oh, should have marked it. Caldo.
Caldo, round
Right
the body
foot.
he goes, because the outside, so that's why I've got it now. It goes over the boundary line in front of Richards, and we'll have a throw in. It's nearly, not quite, but nearly as far away from us as you can get.
With the breeze, I probably would have thought St Joseph's would want to play this top
Yeah,
side
me
a little
too.
bit better
He's-
rather than crisscrossing across the ground.
Yeah. To take it so wide.
Yeah, and in the end they turn it over in a dangerous spot.
Spinning ball, out of side. Up they go.
Oh,
He throws a
kicked it.
boot at it. Does that go down as a kick?
It does.
It does.
Like diving. There's your man, Driver, diving over the top of the foot.
Oh!
What's happened here?
They pinned him, I
He's
think.
pulled it in.
He pinned him. Wow.
Not sure about. Oh no!
It's gone the other way too.
Jeez, he's
Must have been a high tackle or in the back, maybe.
he said he pulled it in.
Told him pull it in.
He did.
Oh.
Charlie Francis is the recipient. I saw the 3 and thought it was Driver, but it was Francis.
He wouldn't get his hands that dirty.
Herbert at half forward.
He's having a mare, this big fella, the umpire.
Yeah. Herbert just bombs it into the hot spot. Up they go. Oh, Good fist there from the St Joey's defenders. Bouncing ball. Hickey again. Strong handball into the back pocket to his brother. Bouncing ball. Is to know that's a netball whistle, is it?
No,
Yep.
it's
on.
going on in the
It's
back
on.
pocket
It's on.
between Bosley and Hickey. I think Bosley clipped him after he got rid of it.
Down the ground. or
He's
down the field.
receiving free kick.
So
Now,
Ferguson will
switches on
take it. He switches it very wide to Tudor in the opposite back pocket to Davis.
It's almost like Davis is the general, isn't it?
Yep.
He had Allen leading for him, but ignored that. He's had a lot of the footy, Davis.
So he's switching again.
And then going again, as Matt Kershaw says, finds McNamara.
What it does shift the defence, I suppose.
Featherstone,
Oh.
dangerous kick, chopped off by Ryan Dillon for South Barwon. We're in the middle of Drew Reserve. They need a goal, the Swans. Nothing that he likes
Stagnant.
too quickly, so he's just forced to kick it deep and long inside 50. Bosley forced to fist. Jeez, Ferguson, how good was that? Clean at ground level. Still deep in their back half. That was nice. And I think that was Allen who extracted it through the legs, but it'll work.
Handball.
Finds Dreyer. He got his hands from Dufty, and now Dan Capron with the footy.
Or Benny Capra, whichever way you want to call
Yep,
it.
correct. It's the first three letters of the last name
Yeah,
the same.
that's it. He just
Same number as well.
Little chip to Al Hickey. That was the little
That
clinger
was the-
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
was-
Well, you'll
Come on,
catch on
Wilbur.
eventually.
First quarter stuff,
Goes
that.
back to Cameron. That was it.
His microphone wasn't on the first quarter. so
That's it, yeah, and he's still breathing heavy. I don't know what's going on. Watson on the outside finds Morrison. Morrison at half back, wheels and goes, looks for Buckley, or almost hangs on it, but he can't. So it's Hovey goes in, lends some assistance. Buckley goes through too. Ball out the back. Good work here from South Barwon. That's your good man in Baker. Goes deep.
Hands.
Good hands.
Hanson.
Yeah. Oh, and they're still wrestling, but I think it is a good mark to Hanson, isn't it?
Should be.
Yeah, it is. Get back, says the umpire.
I'm a little bit confused with St Joseph's ball movement at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so the more direct use in the corridor had worked for him in the first quarter. At the moment, every chain of play has been switch,
Yeah.
switch, try and bring it in the corridor, turnover. So they're having 4 possessions to get to the middle. Not working for him at the moment.
Hanson's hard up against the fence, comes in, goal umpire stands behind the
Kicked
post.
And look at him give it to him! He gave it to the back slappers. You see that,
He
Milk?
gave it to gave it to the back
I'm not
slappers.
sure
I like
you're going to
that.
give him that out when you're 30 points down.
A good goal from there, though. I
That
just
was a
saw the
ripper goal.
I watched the
Great
goal
goal.
umpire. He stood right behind the goal, the post itself, and yep, they're very happy with it. Not quite as happy as Hanson, but it's Darcy. Very well. Captain,
Yep.
lead by example. 5-3-33. Trail now by the straight 6 goals. 11-3-69. South Barwon. They trail on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. 7.5 gone in this all-important third quarter. If they're going to kick another 4 of them to have any say in this game at all.
They need a little Jacko Davis burst. Saunders was ridden into the ground. He'll get a free kick. He's been pretty good so far. Herbert found a bit of the footy, but not as busy as he may have liked. Looks like he's playing more midfield, though, this term. He looks up and drives it to that flank that Kirsch doesn't like again. Falls to the back to a dangerous spot, but it's all St Joey's. Morrison over the top to Morrison. Forced to kick quickly and only as far as Herbert again.
It's just easy to defend.
The kick chopped off nicely by Caperon, just swooping in. That was really well done. And his kick wider still to Callagher's nice.
That was good grab there. Good use of his body there, Keller.
Really strong hands.
Use his backside.
Dishes wide, and they've got some run here too. Buckley through the middle of the ground, but Caldo, easy mark.
Caldo, little chip kick, finds his team. He's getting into it a little bit this quarter, Herbert.
He's playing on the outside, so he's getting a little bit of ball on that
And
outer wing.
I just walked out half-time, Milky, and Wellesley is just other side of the truck. He is here.
So
Oh.
I'm sure you've given him your paperwork that's been required.
I have no involvement in that. obviously.
Yeah, wouldn't stop you though. Ball comes over the top there. I think that was Noble. Gets it back to his teammate there in Saunders. Oh, then gets it back.
There we are.
Here's your man, Driver. Can't kick apparently. He hasn't done a bad job
Yeah,
of that.
good time.
He likes it. Look at him dancing at centre half forward. Oh, that's his second.
These are his mates in here. They cannot believe what they're seeing. They're as staggered as me.
I surprised that went in.
The
way that was dropped.
Your mate's got their head in their hands. They're going, I can't believe this. Got his second.
In particular,
That's
with
back-to-back goals, importantly.
with the wind going on that right as well, sort of kicked in the middle. I honestly thought it was going to hit the post or go for a behind, but done well to sneak it in, driver.
Wasn't the sweetest strike I've ever seen.
No.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
Just
No,
had
Goal's a goal.
Had enough off spin on it.
it's in the book. Dylan tries to extract it and does a reasonable job at the end, gets a right foot hacking ball, but St Joey's defence is set up nice, so that was really well done. I think it was Morrison in the end. McNamara goes over the top to Buckley, who's been very busy in the second and quarter, and now this term as well. Allen, Buckley tries to burst through two, couldn't get through.
Oh, he got the handball away.
Did.
Been a couple of them today. Our Hickey right in front of us was another. So the free kick going to Jard Anderson at half back.
Been quiet.
Yep.
You told me a lot about him before the game, how good he was going to be. But
Don't think I said that.
Oh, and I'm sure you did. You told me you went through them one by one, every bloody player.
Still got a long season, Milky.
What are you
Driver
talking
with
about
the
today,
footy.
Will? Don't you start taking sides, I'll knock you out.
Has Hogan working for him, but goes further afield to, Herbert. Or was it Bosley coming late? It was Herbert, in fact. But Featherston squares up it nicely to Riley Ferguson.
Riley's got it at half back for St Joey's, looking for his options. They almost look like they're ready to switch straight away, Kirsch.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
They are. Their flow into their forward half has fallen down again. This quarter hasn't been as fluent as it has been, so they're falling down in this area here. But take credit where credit's due. South Barwon again setting up very well behind the ball.
Went through the hands of old Dusty Martin, over for a boundary throw in out of side.
Jarvis won it down from the back position. Just pinballs around Ferguson in the end
That's
with
the
a
dangerous ball.
spinning ball. Kershaw land heavily on his leg. I think he'll be all right. Siddle went the bump on Callagher and then lays a tackle too. Callagher tries to get it out of there. Anderson at ground level was clean, but it pops up the capper on. Caldo against Anderson. Caldo does pretty well, but he's got to be quick. His handball turns it over Ferguson. Back to Caldo, who's slammed into the ground. Strong
Welcome
tackle
to the GFL.
from the boy from Lake Wendouree.
Yep.
And he's holding his head. I think he might have slammed his head on the turf there. Matty gets up slowly and
Yeah, you think you might have.
let Milky take this one because it's nice and close for his old eyes.
Anderson knocks it down, but it's intercepted by Baker.
Poor defending.
Picked off by Noble. Little Lockie Noble goes to half forward. Good use, but it's 2-on-1 here for St Joey's. That's McNamara dishes it off. Spearing pass to find Featherston. Featherston finds Buckley. Made a big difference when he went into the middle. Just picks out Ferguson. Did that come off fingers? It did, I think. Goes to Kelleher though and finds him laces out right in front of us. Couldn't be any closer. Yeah, he just seems to ignore
Looks like he's going for
teammates. I
for
reckon
a
he's having a
goal.
crack at it.
Tough kick.
Yeah.
But has the breeze on his right shoulder.
Really?
Does he? Going this way?
Yeah.
he
And I
will.
meant
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the umpire said he's on his mark. Well, what else would be on you, goose?
He's going to have to aim it right goalpost, I reckon, here, boys.
It'll take some kicking.
It will take some kicking because the breeze will get hold of it. And he comes. No.
Skinny side.
He's or just scraped that in for a behind.
It's always the danger from that flank.
Yeah, exactly right.
So brought in by Jay Lever.
In the top 50.
Yep. Microphone
Don't
head.
want to talk about it, don't
Drives it to Herbert.
I was just with Buzz when he copped it from the St Joey's crew. I was with him. It was great fun.
Goes wide to Anderson, who shimmies inside, but he runs himself in a bit of trouble. Sexton, that's an interesting kick.
Picked him out.
No blue, red and white there. Mitchell picked it off and now Brenton Rees streaming to the middle of True Reserve. Pops it up. Callagher has the sit.
Kershaw.
And then Kershaw
How clever
all
was that?
by himself.
He played it beautifully.
Didn't need to jump. Takes a mark.
You know what he did? He knew Kello was going to jump, and he just said, "I'll just stand here when he misses it. I'll mark it." Very clever.
Just realised it was going to go over the back because of the breeze. So
Yep.
very smart play by Kershaw.
Read it best. So this would make any South Barwon comeback very, very difficult if he converts here. Pretty much directly in front. Distance will be no issue.
Oh, munged it.
Oh, didn't look good at all.
Dished it off
Dad
the
knew.
side.
Threw for a behind.
All about the ball drop.
Yep. Wasn't a good ball drop. Two behinds to St Joe's in this third quarter. Lever to do the kicking out. Looking for his options. Decides the straight up the middle is the
It's
go.
there every time.
And turns it over. Anderson. Ball comes back. Richards gives it across to Driver. Driver goes with that weird ass kicking style of his. Oh
boy!
Jumped very early. It comes back to ground level. Mitchell dishes off. Oh, Reece showing some bit of dash there, but he's picked out Lever. Lever drops a sitter. It's a absolute mongrel left footer and picks out Jimmy Allen.
If it's your first time tuning into Geelong football, just tune off for a little bit so we can get this right.
Wasn't the best passage of play, was it?
No, it was not.
Well, one thing's for certain, this bloke will not mung it. Jacko Davis. He will hit a
it.
target. Bang. Kelleher at the back. Here he goes. Can he pick it up? Can he pick it up? He runs towards goal. Just a little.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy. Set up by Jacko Davis. That goal.
They looked at each other, Kirsch.
I
don't know. Kirsch just
I don't know what's happened the last 3 to 4 minutes.
Yep.
But it's been extraordinary. Anyway.
The truck maybe was still parked at the Ballerine, is it?
I don't know. It was very Geelong.
Both sides are just trying to be really composed, Kirsch, and have in turning it over a lot of the times.
Well,
Forward pressure by Joey's been pretty good, causing South Barwon to turn over every time they rebound off the 50.
in saying that,
Wilbur, you're sugarcoating it, which has been shit
South
footy.
Barwon have turned it over with no pressure.
Yeah.
They've picked some funny options
They have.
when they've had easier ones to go to
That's exactly
a bit
right.
of the time. That was a netball sign if anyone heard that. Anderson gets it clear. McNamara keeps it in, does a really good job too. He's talking of improved players. He's right up there. Hickey ran into trouble. There's 3 swans around him. Noble just was pulled back as he kicked it. It was nicely done. Nearly a throw against Kelleher. South Barwon emerged with it. Richards, look out! Just got his kick away in time, but it's turned over again. Featherston with a high dumping footy. 2 South Barwon players there, but nothing doing. Kelleher and Driver say hello. Sorry, it's your boy. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's probably a bit angry about his last
Kershaw,
month.
that drop. Dad saw it too. That's the thing I'm spewing about. Don't mind missing, but not when Dad's here. And Grandpa and Grandma. Just runs into a wall there. St Joey's wall. Ball at ground level. Richards dives in over the top. Umpire says I'll ball it up. Cracking day, boys. Since the clouds have cleared off and just need the breeze to drop.
So for those at home, it's the +1 we're talking about here, Buzz, which would be Driver at the moment.
He just picked Ferguson, just kept it low. Kershaw used good use of his body, got to the front spot, and
gonna wheel around.
Just comes towards goal, finds Anderson. No, can't take the mark. I think it's gone over on the full, has it? Yes, it has.
Yep. St Joey's +1 in the inside 50 department at the moment, 9 to 8.
Siddle has Driver in the goal square, who has Lever right in front of us. Who marks this time? Back's right up against us too. Big fella, isn't he? He's tall.
Yeah, good sized lad. Just where's he going to go?
Not much on for the microphone, so just forced
going on holidays. That's what he's thinking about.
Forced to dump one to Blair, who was up early. Got 2 hands to it. Broughton turns it over. Nice set up behind the ball from Cam Tudor. He looks up. Not a lot to go to. Might come back towards us and does so now. Flyers wanted. Driver has position A. Goes through his hands. Caldo.
He's picked him out.
It's a poor footy. Jimmy Allen has the ball.
It's their 4th kick out of rebound 50.
Jimmy Allen has just almost swallowed. Kelleher gets a crumbs from that contest. Top of the square. Paliura's got 3 to beat. He's caught umpire! You can't miss those ones! Goodness me! Good work there. Noble gets a nice little catch, but how did he miss that? Right in front of him.
That's the same bloke.
Yes. Down the wing they go, South Barwon. Nice little nudge out there.
Got to keep your feet.
Good. Here's your man, Bosley. Goes towards goal. End over end.
What a goal!
He's goaled it.
Great
goal.
Yep. Well, he's got to do something. that was that little bit of play there in front of us where Ethan Baker was just wrapped up and almost had 5 chances, but the umpire said that's okay. But anyway, on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, that dances St Joey's goal. 12-5-77 St Joey's are. They lead South Barwon 7-3-45.
I reckon Milky, Kirsch and Wilbur. I don't think 4 of South Barwon's goals. I think if all those players that have kicked them tried them 5 times, I think they're kicking less than half. And they've kicked some fair goals this afternoon.
They have kicked 4 or 5 really good goals.
Josie made him have to earn it from the pockets.
Davis, nice palm down, but who was that storming through? I think it was Buckley again. No, it was Heinz, excuse me.
Yep.
Ball inside 50. Lever puts his fist through it towards the boundary and happy to see it over for a throw-in.
Yes, he just made a beeline through, didn't he, Heinz? Oof. Just need a good bounce.
So it'll be tossed in 40 or 45 around from St Joey's goal. Davis gotten rid of by Lucas Anderson, who's doing the rucking in the forward 50. Another stoppage as the ball.
That was Sleever that was caught up in that tackle. It wasn't.
Yes, right in front of us.
Sleever,
Yes.
Yes. Got very lucky.
Got a bit lucky, that's for sure. So be tossed up. Anderson goes to ground. Might have just tripped. Old Davis got to be careful. That's
big tackle.
That's paid last year. Herbert picks it up off ground level, but not going anywhere in a hurry. Another ball ups. Just recapping that score: 12-5, 77 St Joey's. South Barwon 7-3, 45. 20 and a half minutes gone in the third term.
Paliuris going the ruck there for St Joey's. Nobody won that. Back into the pack and we'll have a ball up again. So fairly big day today, I would have thought, boys. And I would have thought they'd send their prime umpires out as... I don't think we got them.
Move forward, maybe?
Looks like it. I'm just saying the quality of the umpiring today has been a little bit ordinary. That's all I'm saying. And the umpire has quick shot on goal and goes out in the full.
The umpire had a quick shot on goal. Did you hear that?
No.
Gosh.
I'm just saying. If you're going to have a big day like today, you bring the best out.
There are 3 games on today in umpires.
So you've got about 400 umpires. They're on a damn sight more money than you and me.
Herbert couldn't make contact. Kershaw just made a way through somehow. Caldo got his hands clear. Driver in the back pocket, just
bad, Driver.
forced to get rid of it quickly. And it's a fair result in the end too for the Swans. It'll pitch inside the boundary and it'll be thrown in backward of centre wing. Yeah, he's played reasonably well, Jack Driver.
South Barwon have had the 10 rebound 50s to St Joey's 7, although they've turned over many of them.
He and Siddle would have had a few between them. Nearly all of them, I would imagine. Davis won a lot of hit-outs today, I think, but not to any great effect. Saunders wrapped up in a good tackle and he went straight for the boundary. Should be deliberate. Yeah, man. Just heard a voice from the car, I think.
Don't have rules.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the same Muppet.
Thrown in. That was Milky Marnie for anyone wondering.
Don't care.
Davis won it down. Kick goes heading towards the boundary, and again it will go over. Kelleher seeing it over this time.
Mate, I know they critique us. Mistakes we make, they critique us, so why can't we critique them?
That's correct.
And what I'm saying, surely from the stocks they got to have better than him, that's for sure. Good swing there from Davis, just fresh at it though. Trying to wrestle his way through. Oh, they're just 2 blokes, Heinz and Hickey. You wouldn't want 2 worse blokes trying to tackle you.
Yeah.
Absolute balls.
Oh. And that was Dylan trying to get his way through, but he had those 2 hanging off him. Up they go. Oh, went early. I think he went on Wednesday.
There's a whistle. Is there a whistle? No, sorry. No, there is.
Yeah, it's a free for South Barwon.
Dylan was in a scrap on the ground against Heinz. Yep.
South Barwon a +9 hit-outs for the quarter.
How it is, Heinz?
I think Dylan might have been moved
+9 Milky for hit-outs.
There's been another South Barwon player who's hasn't had a great impact, Ryan Dillon. With the footy now, inboard, hangs it up. Herbert, lucky his hands were good.
Lucky it was Ferguson.
It was Riley Ferguson behind him.
That's a fair point. Squares it up to Anderson. He's got lever if he wants.
He's not in the top 50, Riley Ferguson.
Inside.
You know
The kick from Anderson just misses lever all by himself and sets him a task. Jarvis over the top to another former grubber. They've got to be careful here and they turn it over again. Allen stopping, propping. High footy, he's got Kelleher all by himself. Sexton did a great job coming in late and then tries to fend off. Does well in the end, and Caldo marks in front of us.
It's a bit of a liability on the back end, your boy Jard Anderson, Buzz.
Not sure why he's become my man. Quickly distancing myself anyway.
He's done his ankle.
Well, the ball goes in the pack. As you blokes want to see who's done their ankle. Comes out to Jacko Davis. He'll make something.
The truck.
No, he's missed everything. That'd be the worst kick I've ever seen, Jacko. I don't want to see that again. Thank you.
Tucked in the pocket there, Milky.
Yeah. So he's put it out on the full. Caldo, is it? Caldo's decided to go to the other side. No, he's giving himself plenty of room. Finds Dylan.
It's a worrying kick.
Dylan to the other back pocket. So now he's got to work his way out of here. Dylan decides to square it up. So plenty of the ball this quarter. Young Louis Herbert gives it over to Saunders. Saunders puts it out in front of his teammate there in O'Neill. O'Neill goes, almost trying to find anyway Blair, but doesn't. Gets it on the run. Goes towards goal. Is that coming back enough? No, it's not.
It's a good effort.
It's good ball movement by South Barwon there, just slowly and steadily working the footy to the opposite end.
Joey's opening up the corridor for him.
Just looking at the stat sheets, Milky, South Barwon's two main targets, Bosley and Blair, have got 1 goal, 2 between them.
Broughton.
And Broughton hasn't even touched the scoreboard, so it's a big plus for St Joey's. High, long footy. Anderson flew from the back, couldn't get clean hands to it. Geez, Lever's head looked like it was taken there, but
It was the old
nothing doing.
headlock.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, looked very unlucky not to get a free there, I think. Big
Cramping
J.
too, which isn't a great sign when you're...
Not when you got holidays just round the corner.
Tossed up. I think he's going to holidays. I probably should have checked that before. He is missing the next few though, that's for sure. Featherston handballs it over the top. Dreyer, they're so clean in these situations. Finds Davis, speaking of clean. Chips one towards Hovey against Caldo. Caldo's a reasonable job from the front spot. Sexton ran into trouble. Hines.
Look at this.
Look at the handball to clean space. Paliuris bearing down on it. Handballs only as far as Richards, and right on the 3/4 time siren. It's all the reigning premier. 12-5-77 to South Barwon. 7-4-46. Quickly for the Swans. It's 2 goals to Lockie Noble, 1 to Bosley, 1 to Darcy Hanson, 1 to Saunders, and 1 to Driver. And over at St Joey's, Milky?
Yes, sorry, mate. Over at St Joey's, you've got 1 to Kelleher, 1 to Paliuris, 1 to Hickey, 1 to Hovey, 1 to Dreyer, 1 to Haints, 1 to Anderson, single to Dufty and Kershaw, and 3 to Jacko Davis. Interesting, boy, just before we pack it up, 1 goal, 2 to St Joey's in that quarter. South Barwon won the quarter with a 3-goal, 2 quarter. We'll be back after the break for this last quarter, this Anzac Day clash. Yeah,
honest,
very interesting.
Caperon's a spare for Joey's.
Up they go, Hovey. Well, no player really won that ball in dispute as Jarvis had the second whack at it, and it's gone nowhere, so we're going to go through it all again. Plenty of ball ups for the day, boys. Jarvis wins that one, knocks it down. Al Hickey applies a tackle as soon as that ball left Jarvis's hands.
So South Barwon started with a spare, have they? Is that how Caperon's got off?
Must have.
Yep.
Ball
Just
comes
looking
out
at
the
it.
back from Hickey, gives it over to his brother again, puts it in front of Paliuris, running, trying to get a good bounce, but the boundary line beats him and Louis Herbert over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. 77 plays 46 in this final quarter.
Just looking at the last few Anzac days, Milky, 2015 77 points, 2016 32, 2017 100, last year was 71. St Joey's haven't lost on Anzac Day since 2014 either. So I've had a pretty rich history on this
South
day.
Barwon won the first 5 of them.
Yep.
Wow.
2009 to 14, South Barwon won all of them.
Fairly dominant times.
Yeah, when they were winning premierships, obviously, both coincided with some pretty good runs. Ball at ground level, not going much where.
We haven't made any disrespect to the commentary there, because the ball didn't go anywhere.
No, it was just padding. Nothing happened.
We might have to start telling jokes.
No, we're not going to quite get to that, Milky, especially if you're having anything to do with it. A quick kick comes. It's nearly a free kick against Jarvis, who kept going on his man. Dufty's circling. Kershaw kicks smothered and goes right where St Joey's change rooms are and out of play.
What's happening with them in the development, Kirsch?
Who's that?
The change rooms. Are they being pulled down,
I
or
believe
because
they
they're
are,
spending
aren't they?
millions
Isn't
on this
that's what
joint?
they're doing, aren't they? Billions.
Got a big grant from the government.
Yeah.
Ball comes out the back of the pack. Picked off here by, I reckon that was O'Neill. Ball comes, hands across to Jimmy Allen. Wobbly old kick into the hot spot.
Look who's lurking.
Look who's lurking. Jacko Davis was lurking
Someone
all right,
get
but
on
it
him.
just didn't go to his side. Diving, defensive, desperately diving. Comes out the back. Oh, kick smothered. Still not out of trouble yet. Oh, Paliuris overruns the footy.
A bit of everything.
Going back and getting it. Was that Hickey that just dished off that handball? Gee, he's hard at the foot, isn't he?
Turn it over.
Ball goes out wide. Bouncing ball. Morrison leads in the race. Can't trap it. And it goes over the boundary line on the outer side. They got out of that well. There's South Bowen.
They did.
Under a bit of pressure. What about throw in outer side?
So we played 2.5 minutes in the final term. 77 plays 46 the home side's way. Tossed in now in the heart of centre wing. Holds up in the breeze. So Hovey puts a big fist to it, gaining a few metres. Blair does well to Jarvis. Has a runner in Hogan through the middle of the ground.
Oh, he picked
Squares
him out.
one, but picks out Cal Mitchell. Kick was too strong for Jonty Broughton. McNamara's running wide off Darcy Hanson, who then dinks inside. Clever little kick too to Brenton Rees, who
Out they
goes
go.
wider still.
Spread here.
Over the top from Alex Hickey to Paliuris. Really stretching South Bowen now. Kicking to the forward 50s, a bit strong. Driver mops up, does well. Caldo is under some pressure, but making some good ground with Sexton taking a diving mark.
Sexton goes to the member. What do you call that? The members' side, the club room side of the ground. Finds it. Go away, Fly. Finds his teammate. Trying to pick that up as Hogan. Hogan. Oh, he's just dispossessed. Just got smashed. Riley Kershaw picks it up. Not Riley Kershaw. Riley Ferguson, who's not in the top 50, picks it up. Gives it across to Dufty. Dufty, the bouncing ball across to Haynes. Goes towards goal. Right in the goal square. Good defensive mark. That's not Hanson way back there, is it? Caldo.
It's a good grab.
It was a great grab.
Would have gone through too, mind you.
Well, but he marked it, so it didn't.
This is a bit of his worry.
Caldo,
to what
not
he's gonna
quite
do with
sure
it.
what he's going to do with it. Goes out in front of what they call
kick.
Doc's
Great
pocket.
kick.
Good kick.
Finds his little man there. Which one's
Another
that
good
one?
kick.
O'Neill.
O'Neill, thought so, but I didn't want to say it. Ball comes out in the middle. Here's your man, Anderson, who had a very big session on how good he's going to be before the game, but if you say anything, a bit disappointed. Ball comes back, Dylan just overruns it. Hickey's there with him at ground level, or almost trying to get that out of there. They're working hard in St Joey's defence.
Oh, Capra.
Caperon just makes it look so easy, and then picks out Kershaw on the wing.
That was a fantastic bit of play, just giving you a glimpse of why he's been listed for a couple of years with the Cats. Short kick finds Tudor. He's just backward of centre wing. In no hurry, Cam Tudor. As the boys are saying, he fitted in really well down back, but geez, every time I've gone to praise someone today, they've butchered it.
You've either gone to praise him and say, no, he's got no hope, and then go down bang!
Shows you how much I know. Saunders, that's a strong mark.
Had to be.
Yeah, it was in a dangerous spot because
Haynes
Hickey was bearing down.
And Haynes was out the back.
Short kick to Richards. Handball to Broughton through the middle of Drew Oval. Has Driver further still. Can he pick it up? He does now. Shakes a tackle. The handball is pretty ordinary. Puts Hogan under all sorts of trouble. Just threw it out. Just threw it out. Buckley.
You goose!
Tudor. Looping handball to Kelleher. That's neat skill. Left foot
He
ball.
was standing in front of us!
Just pitches. Dufty.
Buzz continues
Richards.
to comment.
Gets a quick kick forward. Noble in a foot race with Mitchell. And happy to see it out over the boundary line.
Oh, seriously. He just threw it out of there. But anyway, boundary throw in. Not sure. Lucky that sort of stuff doesn't go back to the club, surely, as the ball. Hovey, a really good tackle on Saunders, was it, that he's wrapped up?
Yep.
That's your man, yep, thought it was Saunders.
South Bowen +6 in hit-outs to start the quarter as well, boys. But
There's
even
another one.
clearances.
Jumped high, but straight down to Jack Buckley for St Joey's.
Kicks
And
back to
then
the,
turned over again to Sexton. Oh, sorry, that was O'Neill. Both the red boots. finds Hogan.
Got to lower their eyes a bit, St Joseph's going into their forward half.
Yeah.
Just bombing and setting up, kicking it to their setup.
Hogan right under the St Joseph's coach's box. Just puts one down the line. Blair has a run and jump at it. Gets two hands to it. Couldn't cleanly mark it. And Haints, look at that. That is service of the highest quality. Dreyer got it back.
Oh.
Davis and Dreyer with a funny looking thing.
Yuck.
How wide is it? Pitched inside the boundary, I think it has.
Just give you a kick to a leading target in that pocket there. It's just a dead spot with that wind.
One step kick didn't help.
Yep. But got away with it. They get a chance to regroup. Throw in on the outer side. Spinning ball. Featherston gets front spot in front of Davis. Knocks it down. Ball tumbling end over end. Featherston gives off the handball, then gets the footy kicked into him by Dreyer. The ball comes back. Good mark here by Noble. Tries to get around Tudor. Popped in, so he's had to just kick this really high. Oh, well, Bosley tried to take the mark. Here's your man, Jonty.
Oh!
Jonty.
He actually got a foot to that.
He got...
He's holding the ball.
Definitely got
Yeah.
Well, they've been on the ball.
Been hot on that. He was gone anyway.
Yep.
So McNamara at full back finds Buckley. Had a terrific second half.
Yes, hasn't he?
It's been terrific, yeah.
Switches it to Hickey.
Nearly best player, I
Further
reckon.
still, look at Kelleher with loads of space.
Oh, that's been
Sorry,
good
it's
as well, Milky.
Paliuris, not Kelleher. At half forward, drives it inside 50. Who wants
This
it?
is the kick that hasn't been working.
Caldo
for
marks.
Yep.
Goes to Baker. Centre half back. Chisels one to Bosley, who'll mark on his chest, or he
Oh.
should have anyway. He bounces
Oh,
up
that
though and did a pretty good job. He's got Blair if he wants. Will the kick find him? It goes over the head of McNamara. Blair, can he keep his feet or get his hands clear? He can do neither.
Well,
It was a wonderful tackle from
Matt.
McNamara. A goal-saving tackle, and he's
Yep.
pinned.
He was beaten cold, wasn't he?
Yep.
South Barwon fans
McNamara.
not very impressed about that call there.
McNamara comes across to Ferguson. Ferguson's got Jimmy Allen. Whoa! Just goes between his legs. Goes back to Ferguson. In turn, goes across to Mitchell. Mitchell goes to his teammate Anderson. Goes over his head. Gee, Dufty's there right hot on his opponent's hammer there. Good work, that's Anderson. Well, that looked a bit... not sure there's a hand on that one. Buckley tackled as he goes to ground. Good work here. I reckon that was O'Neill trying to crash his way through. Comes to his... oh, good. He's going to get a free, not a mark on that occasion. And that's your Brady Blair, Jared Blair.
Pretty slow to get up to.
Yeah.
Bit ginger.
Bit wobbly,
He's got a bit
actually.
of wobbles, isn't he? He has got the wobbles.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah,
look
I'm just looking
amazing.
straight at him. He's not
Might come off straight after this kick, I reckon, boys.
sucking in the big ones. He's going. He's put his
Yep.
hand straight up to the bench.
Oh, he's
That's
Great
where
mark
he's at
by
his
Bosley.
best. When you
That's
allow
right,
him a
jump.
run and jump,
Yep.
he's hard to beat, but that's the kick he really favours. Bosley hasn't got a lot of it today. That's part of the reason.
There's been 12 inside 50s for the quarter, boys, and that is the first mark inside 50. Like what you were saying there, Kirsch, with St Joey's not being able to lower their eyes, and
They're
South Barwon have been able to rebound off the half back line.
wasting the ball inside 50.
Gets his second. Gives them the come on.
Maybe some
So,
life still in the boys.
Thinking with probably 20 minutes of footy left, he still thinks there's time. As they get their 8th goal. Is that their 8th? Yep, their 8th goal. 8-4.
It does bring it back to 4 and a kick.
Yep.
Similar to the Hawthorn Cats game, like margin-wise.
Stop talking about the Hawthorn Cats game. That's the second time you brought it up. No one cares about the Cats.
Okay, we'll talk about the Collingwood-Essendon game
That
then.
hasn't started yet, has it?
Don't think so.
12-5-77 St Joseph's. They lead South Barwon 8-4-52. 11-minute mark. Can they come back, South Barwon? No, because I'm having dinner. Goes to ground. Ferguson dishes across to Jimmy Allen, having trouble picking it up. They set upon him. The umpires are circling. Ball's got in dispute. The umpire's letting it go. Gee, they couldn't let it go anymore if they tried. He's finally balled it up.
So the ball attacking end slightly for South Barwon. Davis was wrestled out of it. Ferguson does well. Buckley threw a boot at it. Was smothered. Sliwa punches it clear and it will trickle over the boundary line for a throw-in. There's 12 minutes just about ticked by on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. 12-5-77 to 8-4-52. South Barwon need to go bang bang, really, don't they?
They want
realistically.
back to backies. Yep.
Davis, that was a lovely hit out to Herbert, who was manhandled immediately and pinned for dropping the footy. And the throw misses him by a long way. I think that came from a South Barwon player, actually,
Yeah,
too.
it did. Yeah.
That was 50 a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Not today.
I'm not a fan of that 50 anyway. I reckon it was because like Buckley did that. He ran under it. He ran under it on purpose.
True.
So he just give him the ball, mate. Get on with it.
You never know, though.
Oh,
Don't know if you don't try. He's been massive, Jack Buckley. High, long
Wow-wee.
footy, hangs up in the breeze, but it works in the end.
Dufty,
Strong grab from Dufty it is.
Yep, Dufty
He's
Martin.
shown
well.
some good signs today. Dufty inside, 50! Went the early jump. Brand Hates couldn't hold on. And the ball will be held inside 50.
He's a bit sore as well. Oh, sorry, that was O'Neill. Probably might have got a knee to the back of him
Different
there.
jumpers. Wheelback.
Just looking at the monitor. Sorry there, boys.
Right, watching the game for a change. You young kids in your screens, just move on. Ball comes out the back, picked off by Mitchell. Oh, I thought he picked it off. He eventually did.
He's got some pace.
He has got some wheels, hasn't he?
Ah.
But his kick's picked off. Is that Richards?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
just goes with the wide kick, looking for.
He had a flat wheel then.
No, she's out of bounds. Was looking for Mosley, but it's just a little bit too wide of him. And the free kick to be taken by McNamara.
He's got Capra on if he wants, but still.
That sounded like you said Capra on. It did. That's what it sounded like.
He said it a few times. I'm tipping over the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, high footy. Good luck marking that. The fist came from Caldo. It'll
Still
fall
in.
to Richards, who want to spin and turn, but not allowed by a strong tackle from Zach Morrison.
Glove.
Got a feeling he might be still on 4 possessions from the first 2 minutes, Richards. We haven't caught him much, have we?
We'll be able to find out now on Monday,
We
Kirsch.
will be
That's the
able to.
beauty of it.
Allen, round the body he goes. Oh, just
There's
kicks it out.
been
in
a
the
few of
ball.
them. Jeez, I hope that no
Ugly.
one's come down from
Yeah.
whoop and gone, geez, I'd love to see this GFL.
These are the reigning premiers. They'll be fantastic to watch.
There's been a fair bit of that today.
Fair bit of yuck.
Fair,
Yeah.
It's always difficult this oval when it's very windy.
fair bit of splat today. O'Neill, there's another one.
Look at the breeze.
Goes to Herbert. Oh, straight through his hands. He can mop up Mitchell backward.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
He's
terrific.
been really good, this bloke.
Benny
Beyond
McNamara
ball.
done a real good job then
Yep.
sealing off his opponent so he could
Yep.
crunch him.
He's
Handy to have in the side.
yeah, shown his class today. Cal Mitchell from Tassie. Long driving ball. O'Neill went the double fist from behind. Ferguson, 51st best player in the comp. Goes short to Hovey.
Behind
That's
22
it.
South Barwon
Goes
players.
very short, but another turnover to Driver. No play on the call. Don't know why that was.
He played on
Did
himself.
it,
in the
okay,
handball, yeah.
excuse me, Herbert. Plenty of the ball.
Look at this.
Spread
Goes
out.
Look at
wide.
this.
He's got Blair or Noble. Taking
Ooh.
pick. They nearly looked at each other and made a meal of it. He's got Hanson coming.
Oh,
dear.
just
Capper
yeah,
on.
just absolute crap.
Intercepts and goes to Featherstone.
Oh, jeez. Wonder what the game. Who was it? Inverleigh and Bannockburn. I wonder what he's like.
Oh, we haven't slipped that level.
Well, it's not far off it.
Dufty.
Dufty Martin goes towards.
He dropped it though, but geez, it was well
And
defended.
in the back, had to be.
I thought they were
No
going to
play
go
on,
the mark.
says the umpire. Ball's at ground level, and we're in dispute. Umpire says no.
Was that Sexton or O'Neill?
No,
There is,
I'm
there
not.
is a player down.
I'm not
It's
sure.
your boy.
It was Sexton.
Yeah,
It was Sexton that went up for it.
You're right. And Kershaw's slow to get up.
They're both very sore.
Well, that ball. I was not sure who the umpire was. I didn't know his name was Sexton, but the ball comes out the back for Ferguson. Well, when you were talking about was that just the decision, I just can't believe it. It's the same bloke.
Oh, I think it was Sexton. No, it might be Kelly O'Neill who's gingerly coming
Nah.
towards us.
It's Riley.
Yeah, but the South Barwon player was down as well.
Kirsch doesn't see those ones.
Anyway, it's the Swans with the footy. This is Herbert. Seen a call his name a lot. Hogan. Left hand handball over the top to O'Neill, the man I speak of. Hogan tries to weave a way through. does just. Richards, funny looking handball, coughed it up. Kelleher to Allen. They just don't miss when you give them an opportunity, St Joey's. Allen
Has he got someone?
tumbling left foot. By Riley Ferguson!
Jeez.
The 51st player in the comp.
A bit of magic from Ferguson. That's extraordinary.
Definitely a Harvey Norman highlight there, boys.
Callum Mitchell with that one-hand grab.
Just a little one, Duka. Not in the best 50, Buzz, but
Sure,
Jingos, can he play?
Sure he's not in the top 50 now, Buzz.
If he was wearing red, white and blue, he'd be number 3.
Don't think so.
I'm sure of it. In he comes, doesn't miss either. Oh, yes, he does.
Just the win there.
What a grab.
It was a ripper. Should have finished it, shouldn't he?
Yep.
Minor score. So there's been one behind and one goal. One behind for St Joey's and one goal for South Barwon for the quarter. We'll be going 7.5 minutes.
Dylan tumbles one out of there, but only as far as Morrison, who was impeded from Bosley. We're in no hurry to give it back to him either, the Swans. I would be thinking I want to give it back to him.
Keep the clock alive.
Yep, that's it. Nothing Jacko Davis can't do. Just Cam Smiths it all the way back to Zach Morrison, who has Hickey in a paddock at half back.
Oh,
Goes
that's a good
wide.
kick.
That's a really nice
very
kick too.
good kick.
I think it's Dufty out there. It is.
Yep.
Seemed to have a lot of space on this wing. Martin Dufty all day. Looks a good player. High footy
Needs some tats.
to half
If we're gonna call him
forwards.
Dusty, he needs some
Strong
tats.
grab by Lucas Anderson.
Doesn't he? He needs some tats to be
Had the
called
front
Dusty.
position,
Big
drives it
game. Hey, Milky.
to the teeth of goal. Blair works back, thumped away from Lever. Ball falls fortuitously to Anderson, who straightens up and kicks a behind.
$12-7 79. St Joey's, they lead South Barwon 8-4 52. Lever to do the kicking out. Goes, uses all his space, comes down looking for Richards. A good mark. Richards wheels onto that left foot. Looking for Bosley. Didn't mark it, but he plays on immediately. Goes towards for his third. Goes towards goal.
Just missed.
Misses. He's got 2-2 for the day.
Yep, and a bit of sunburn.
He would have synced up, surely.
There's nothing wrong with his shoulders, mate. They're just covered against the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it eventually.
Yeah.
He worked hard.
Had to
there's
give
a
it-
mug.
had to
There's
give it
another
something.
spud.
Another spud. How to play. Haven't seen that many in a GFL game for a long time.
Cramping.
Yeah, driver there, slow to get up. Told me yesterday he wasn't confident of getting through the game, actually. Said his hamstrings have been a bit tight for a couple of weeks.
Well, he's been pretty good today.
Was that while you were having a cuppa in bed together, or what's
Yep,
going on?
That was right.
Yeah.
Hickey, high footy to the wing. Flies are wanted, but fisted down. Ferguson to Allen.
Quick hands.
He's worked his way into the game nicely. Look at that kick.
Oh.
Tudor. It's been swung
Tudor.
down forward.
Yes.
Hands were good that time, Milky. I think he'll
Yes.
tell you about it too. And then the kick is even better to Hovey, who wheels quickly, heads
He's
towards
got
goal.
Fourth.
No, he didn't play on. He goes
Why?
back,
Why not?
held onto the footy.
Yeah, but
I don't know why.
He's not. There's no way he missed. I've already marked it down. Four.
no, we can't miss.
He's in the goal square. You'd
I don't know
think
why you.
No.
Why didn't you just drop it on the end of his toe
Don't know.
and
He just wants to have a bit of a.
St. Joe's a plus.
or is he just saying the longer I take, the more the clock ticks,
Yeah,
and
he's got
maybe
30
he's thinking like
seconds.
that.
He's taken it too.
Yep.
Morrison going off. Haven't seen him go off for a spell very often.
No.
As Davis kicks his fourth. So, as I said, Morrison, they just rest him very sparingly. So they were obviously very confident to be sending him off and bringing McNamara back on to take on Bosley.
And now Tudor returns to centre half back.
St. Joey's +5 in clearances, even though they're -7 for hit-outs. Just reading the tap of the South Barwon ruckman and able to get many inside 50s. They're +3 in that department, and as you can see there, creating the overlap and getting Jacko Davis to go on the square.
It's called sharking. Wilbur?
Sharky.
Shark.
Back in the middle.
There you go.
Jarvis
Learn something
jumps
every day.
early.
It's the official term for it. Shark.
Haven't seen a clean clearance really today, have we?
No, it's
From the middle. Been a fair bit of that.
It's almost like both sides know who's going to win the tap and they just congregate round the fall of the footy.
Another South Barwon player cramping in the middle there, Ethan Baker. Dylan applies a strong tackle.
He's okay to kick it,
That
though.
was, yeah, it was just magically all right. Bosley got rid of his man quickly. His handball was interesting. Noble to Richards, who's a left footer. Hanson wanted the one out the back. Was he held? He'll kick the goal anyway. He fell over. He's lost his feet. I don't know how he got the speed wobbles. Handball to Bosley, puts him under all sorts of pressure. What happened there? He's got the speed wobbles, Milky. Got a side of goal and just quivered.
They could have walked that in and shook the goal umpire's hand.
I think he had too much time and he got nervous.
Just fell over.
Well done, Milky. As the ball comes down, Featherston gives it out. Paliuris, been really serviceable today. Goes to Dufty. Doesn't take the mark. Ball still in play. Dufty slow to get up. And we'll have a Dufty.
He's pinned him.
He fended him off.
Anderson.
So Anderson has the free kick at half back. A long way from home.
It's a day to forget, I think, Jonty Broughton, isn't he?
Good. Roos Tudor gets his hands on it. Doesn't hang on, though. Ball comes out the back of the pack. Driven in towards Saunders. Doesn't quite take the mark, but his little mate in Noble tries to keep it in. Can't do so. And we'll have a ball in just 25 around from the South Barwon goal. They trail 8-5-53 to St Joey's 13-7-85 at the 23-minute mark. And I'll be eating. I just haven't picked where I'm eating and where I'm drinking and all that stuff yet.
I've picked and it's Macca's. Ball's at ground level. Here he is. Kirsch's man, Jonty Broughton. High footy, Blair! Nearly, I think he was spoiled by his own teammate in the end. Got his hands clear. That was nice. To Dylan, who kicks a goal.
Yep. Kicks their ninth.
They were scrappy, but they didn't stop trying.
9-5-59
Opportunities presented.
to 13-7-85. 24 gone.
Gosh, I was just looking before the Joey's boys getting around. James Hickey, who's playing on Josh Saunders. Every time I see St Joey's play, he's a guy who seems to get better and always perform a bit like Benny McNamara. He's sent himself in a really good senior football, hasn't he?
Yeah, they're very underrated. But he's been such an important part to this side. So he's that small running defender that gives you a little bit of rebound and he's usually pretty good with ball in hand and he's hard as a cat's head. So
The Hickey brothers. Good Lord. Imagine fighting them for a feed. So the ball goes into forward 50 for St Joey's. Off the deck from Anderson. Picked up by, is that Ferguson? Kelleher. Kelleher gives it back. Picked off on this occasion by Davis, who just laces out, finds Anderson in the pocket. It's like he had a week to do that, Jacko Davis. Unbelievable.
He was in my 50.
Jacko Davis made the 50. Yep. Okay. Surprised you had the room with all your South Barwon mates in there.
All three of them.
Clinton Wells is still in it.
Yeah, Wellsy was one. It's 2008, isn't it?
It's the fourth mark inside 50 for
Josh
Joey's
McCann's
supporter
in
as
there.
well.
Yeah.
Josh
Glenn Wallace.
He's kicked it.
Wow. In our hilarity, Lucas Anderson's kicked his
goal.
second.
A bit easier with
St
a breeze
Joey's.
behind you, isn't it? When you kick for a goal.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Just having a bit of fun with you, Buzz. Don't take it personal.
No, of course not.
For old Bear Humphries, he would not let you go, would he?
He wouldn't let me go without having his two bums. That's all right. That's what it's all about. It's there to create debate, isn't it?
Yep.
Football is opinion-based.
That's right.
And someone has to do what you do, Buzz. So, you know, and it wouldn't have mattered what you come up with. Yeah, they would have had a crack at you anyway.
No, that's right. It's always good fun. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Hogan ran himself into trouble. Dreyer dumps it. High footy. Driver flies early and takes a good grab. Plays on immediately. Kicks through the middle towards Sliwa. Mitchell nudged him under the footy. McNamara was pretty good.
Hands.
Came clear. A little underground handball. Done that a couple of times. Harry Smith. Then squares up on his left foot. That'll work. To Rees, who's pressured by Hogan and wrapped up quickly. Driver. Sliwa dumps it inside 50. Bosley up early. Mistimed his jump. Might still fall for the Swans here, but Noble lays a really good tackle on Cal Mitchell.
Great tackle.
He's been lively enough, Lockie Noble. Right. And then wheels and goes from 60 to the teeth of goal. Saunders, Bosley, Marks.
Well read.
Probably should have gone too. There it does now. Look out! Turn round, Al. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Third goal for Andrew Bosley.
I think Bosley got the shock when he turned and Hickey was there.
And had his back to him.
He's going to end up kicking 3, Bosley, but
Yeah.
One of those days.
yeah. But
On the Harvey Norman
enough to be
scoreboard.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's it. 14-7-91 at the 27-minute mark. St Joseph's, they lead South Barwon 10-5-65.
Jeez.
Old heavy breather down here. Fair income. Yes. Wilbur.
I don't think you meant to put it in your mouth.
Ball goes up and it comes down again. This time Smith tries to crash his way through. Almost.
Rid of that.
Comes out. There's the hooter. That's the final score. That last one I read out. St Joseph's 14-7-91. They have defeated South Barwon 10-5-65. And I suppose all that's left now is for the powers that be to decide who is the best on ground. We have one pick each. Let's see who gets closest.
It's a tough one.
I'm going with Al Hickey.
He was terrific.
Who'd you say?
I said Al Hickey.
Oh, yep.
You're not allowed. That means you're not allowed to say. That's why I went first.
Fair.
So you got to come up with someone else. Anybody?
Oh, this is not for the reasons you may think, but I thought the best player in the game was Riley Ferguson.
Oh, here we go. Are we trying to suck back into that? Buzz wants to be able to go up to the. Buzz wants to be able to go up the bar at St Joey's tonight and go.
I want to be able to pay for a beer. I don't want to be knocked back. No, honestly, I thought he was probably the best. Alex Hickey for the first 2 and a bit, probably.
Yeah.
But I thought Ferg was probably best. Good player.
Very good. Kirsch?
I thought I would get close to. If South Barwon had won, Jack Driver certainly would have been up there for
Yes,
me. I thought
He was their best.
I thought
He was their best, I think.
South Barwon's best. But I can't go to saying because I think Riley Ferguson was fantastic today. But I'm going to go with Brant Haynes when it mattered. He was fantastic in that first, probably 2.5 quarters, and probably was instrumental in breaking that game.